Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream.
Hello.
This spooky music. Let's get something like a little more happy because you guys are gonna go into sadness soon. So here, where's
Why gotta do that? Why does it have to? Yesterday was Halloween.
Like we're not already
Why is it gotta be
Listen, okay, here.
Come
This
on,
is
man.
happier-ish, kind of. All right. You'll get into the spooky music if you want, like truly terrifying. Hold on. Halloween.
Halloween
Children
2000.
screaming in the background. Wolves howling. The moon has. Hello, everyone. Welcome to RagTags. Thanks everyone for coming by. Thank you all for sharing your resubs and showing us love and coming in after we've had to cancel a week. Last week, sorry guys. I had a family emergency, but we are here.
Yay.
And Brad is dead.
Aw.
So we see what happens.
Why?
Oh.
We don't need to start with that.
I mean,
You're right. Let's start real quick. How have you guys been? What are you guys up to?
I've had candy. Can you tell? I rarely have candy, so I couldn't even finish this like.
Holy
bar,
moly.
but boy, I am freaking out. I've had some candy.
Yo.
I wish I miss having my living with my little brother because I would let him trick or treat and then my parents would empty it all into a laundry basket and hide it in their closet and I never had to go trick or treating. I would just steal from that all the time. I don't get Halloween candy anymore. Oh man. Did anybody else have Halloween? Brad was bitching that nobody came to, or no, Zot was bitching.
I wasn't bitching. I was super happy that no one
Brad
came.
was really
If anything, I was pretty happy too because now I got a bunch of Butterfingers, Milky Way, Snickers, like all waiting for me.
Oh,
and I'm
yeah.
kind of like,
Yeah.
my trick or treating was great. Thank
Yeah.
you.
I love handing out candy though, man. Like, I'm always bummed when people don't come and. Was that your mom yelling at you?
Yeah.
She was like, chocolate.
Half of it apparently went to my sister, so I mean, God damn it.
Sorry, your sister took all the Butterfingers, actually.
No, trust me, that's been me. Like, I'm already breaking out and everything like that. I'm like,
Oh man.
I can't.
Oh.
Got the candy
I
breakout.
hate that when you yeah, we're kind of I'm at that age now too where like if I eat like too much candy or too much soda and I start breaking out, I'm like, oh shit, like that's why. Oh man, it's not like teenager acne anymore.
I was about to say,
treating myself
I'm
like
getting
shit.
through puberty.
Yeah, I get like a pimple and I'm like, oh my god, Mount Vesuvius is back. I gotta stop. 3 weeks. Like.
I just get happy. I just get really
Yes,
happy.
yes,
Oh,
you
man.
do. I can tell.
Oh. Well, I hope you guys' Halloween was great. Yesterday, for our Halloween, we had a Table Story family shill show. We played some Betrayal at Baldur's Gate. If you guys want to catch the VOD for that later on after this, it was really, really fun.
Did Brad die in that?
No, Brad was
I
the
won.
fucking villain. Brad won.
I was the I was
Brad
the
won.
villain. I was the
Brad never
traitor.
wins.
Sorry to spoil it, chat. It was.
I
it
also
was
played
great.
a half-orc paladin, which was really weird.
I was telling you about that. And how you were like, I would like to play a half-orc paladin. Jay. Yeah. How was Baldur's Gate walking these days? How's Baldur? I don't know, but Strahd, after last night's betrayal of Baldur's Gate, Strahd is now in Baldur's Gate. Black Steven got to become Strahd yesterday, his favorite pastime. And we had a $500 donation thing for summoning Strahd, and it happened. And he was summoned, and Strahd won the game for Brad.
Strahd kind of won the game for me, but I think I would have won either way, honestly.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think that
Well,
there was.
we were
any-
supposed to discuss our plan outside of the room, but then like I just blurted it out right in front of you.
I don't think it
and-
really mattered.
Yeah, it didn't. It was
because-
a great game.
Yeah, the thing is, I had my whole thing that I had to do was turn civilians into were-rats. I became a giant were-rat, and I had a bunch of were-rats, and I had to attack civilians and turn them into were-rats, and they had to defend them. But I mean, Jay, you did a good job of attacking me, but I don't think it would have mattered because I think my were-rats would have still got those civilians.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? It was still
It
fun.
was a fun game though.
I
We didn't
wanna
get to
play
like
it normal.
experience all of it because chat fucked with us and like
Yeah.
donated so much money that it quote unquote ruined the game.
Right.
Chat.
But
Way to go.
Yeah, we were saying like, okay, well, if someone's missing today, we'll just play the game regularly. We'll just have another day of Baldur's Gate.
And then Zot showed up and ruined everyone's fun.
Hi.
Oh man. Okay. So you guys want to do a quick intro? We didn't do intros. We want to do a quick round around the table. Zooty Booty. It's been a couple weeks. Want to remind everyone of who you are?
I'm distracted by Doge right now. But what's up, guys? My name is Zapbot. I'm playing Kek, one side of the two-headed ogre who is now going to go all Depresso Espresso, and yeah, that's about it.
All aboard the Depresso Espresso.
Yeah.
That's what this episode is called.
Yeah.
I'm not going to like this episode.
Me either.
I don't like players dying, man.
Imagine Tuesday.
Yep.
Imagine me. I'm dead.
I can't imagine you because you're dead.
Yeah. This is the worst week for you to be
wiped off of the. Fine.
This is the worst week for Tuesday to have eaten candy. She's like super happy. We're gonna drag her down.
Hi, Tess. I just really want to see if you would bring back my friend Taldra.
Could you please?
Oh my god.
Super cool.
With a Snickers on top.
Yeah.
Ozug. Kek's other half.
Ozug is going to be like happy, joy, happy, joy. Yes, he does not feel too good right now. But he's going to keep up the emotions of the group and be like, oh, come on, be happy. He would not want you to be sad. He wants you to be happy that he lived, died, and then lived, maybe.
And then maybe.
We'll see. Yes, Ozog is barbarian, the other half of the ogre, and we'll see what chaos he can get up to.
What about
Maybe we can prevent Kek from eating the body, because,
It's crossed his mind already.
Oh no, Kale.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, what?
Hi guys, I'm Tuesday. I will be playing Kale Wynn, who is a half elf cleric who has the sads. She has lost her best buddy in the world, and although neither one of them really had friends, they were the closest thing to it that either of them did have. So, now I'm weak and alone. So.
Weak and alone.
Happy Thursday. We're gonna. I think it's apt to skip Brad's character intro, but Brad, you just want to introduce yourself real quick.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Brad Woto. I don't have a character. I'm sort of the Schrodinger's cat of characters right now. I have two prepared. We'll see how it goes. Who knows? I don't know what's going on either.
It's the voice in my head for now.
This is all down to Jay. Yeah, I'll be the voice in your head, which is like a Kek, a darkened one.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Never mind.
Take my power.
You're ruining my candy buzz.
This is
good.
the voice I kept using for the villain last night in fucking Betrayal at Baldur's Gate.
Well, I started out as just like a half orc, like, yo, what up? I'm a horror fork or whatever. I was just in a dumb voice. And then I became the villain and I was like, right, fucking time to rise. Yeah, it was fun. Today, I guess we'll find out what's going on. I have no idea.
Today we get evil Taldro.
And you have to use that voice changer the entire time. Hello, Kale. Do you think they have ale at the tavern?
He likes wine.
That's true. Sorry, wine. Sorry,
Can we get some tables to sips? Oh God, that didn't age well.
Oh yeah, right. All right. So, last week's session. Show this to you. Tuesday, who made this again? This beautiful artwork?
This was made by my buddy Cluster Lux. He is an amazing artist, and this is just one of the few examples I have seen lately of that. It's always amazing. But yeah,
awesome.
He's a dedicated watcher, and he was saddened by the loss of Taldro as well.
Yeah, thank you, Cluster. I appreciate it. Do you have like his Insta? I think you mentioned his. If you want to throw it in the chat for them. I always want people. Okay, that works to get their credit. The image that you see on screen pretty much perfectly depicts what happened last week. while you're all traveling on your new quest to go and cure Kale of this mysterious disease, this quest that you've been on for years, Kale, you and Taldro have been going to every gypsy, every witch, every traveling trader, every fountain of life, anything that you could find, every plant that could possibly cure this frailty, this disease that's bent you and shaped you into a weak being physically. Last week you set out even further across the plains to the east, heading to the Thrall Peaks in search of this fountain, this font of life that a gnome from Finbar, the town you had recently left, informed you about. So to find you his associate, Leogren Bristlebark, if I'm not mistaken, near an old temple ruin. And you'd be able to talk to him and find something out about this font of life and more about this disease that he had suggested to you that you might have called the Rot of the Matron. And as you're all navigating, Kale took a misstep, fell into the tree trunk of a cave. There was a hollowed out cave underneath this tree atop a hill, filled with luminescent mushrooms and fungi. And the party followed suit after a little bit of dicking around. Upon closer inspection from you, Kale, the fungi attacked, and the battle ensued from there. 10 of these mushrooms came alive with tentacles and started to whip about, kind of barraging all of you immediately. And it was a pretty tough fight. Taldro, after having beaten like the first wave there, Taldro kind of rose to the occasion and dived into this cluster of 5 of these violet fungi. And Taldro and Kale were subsequently knocked out soon afterwards. Ozug and Kek, you two running around and kind of keeping your distance, you managed to drag Taldro out and also drag Kale out, your 2 friends and companions. As you dragged them out of the cave, unfortunately, Taldro, you could hear as the last bump, maybe as you're getting him over the crest of that small hill, you hear him draw his last breath. Ozug and Kek. And now we find 3 of you, technically the 2 of you, sitting over Taldro's body. I think it's about like 4 or 5-ish p.m. The sun starting to set. And what do you guys want to do?
I am probably sitting next to Taldro. Hand on his chest, just I probably just look like I'm in shock, but really I'd be trying to pray or will him back to life. My prayers are always silent. I don't speak them out, for people to hear, but yeah, if we want to listen into that, I'd be pleading for his life.
Okay. Okay, real quick, Ozug and Kek, what are you guys doing here while you're looking down at Taldro? You see Kale like silently praying for a moment, her eyes closed.
I think Kek's eyes are still out on the cave entrance since we are not too far away from it. So he's, I guess, making sure his arm is free just in case if anything needs to get shoved back down or anything like that.
Okay.
I was gonna say maybe he's just a few feet away from Taldro and Kale.
Okay.
Just keep him watch.
Okay. It's kind of giving Kale her space as well. Kale, as you all look down at Taldro's body, it's pretty beaten up. You can see the barbed lashes from the violet fungi. A couple crosses across his face, a couple long scars that smacked him across the neck and went down. His chest is pretty violently ripped up as well. You can see the final blow is one through the neck, so clean hole through the back as well. Go ahead, Kale. What are you saying? And who are you praying to?
I'm praying to Eldath.
Okay.
And if you were to be able to tune into my head, even in my head, my voice is kind of a whisper, but you would hear, Eldath, goddess of peace and of the pure waters, mother to Taldro, lost in the service of peace,
Your humble daughter asks for your aid. Please return Taldro to this unholy plane, so that he may serve you, so that we may continue our mission to cleanse the ill that plagues not only myself, but threatens the very fabric of nature itself. Taldro is pure of heart. He is loyal and strong. The value of his service is beyond measure. Please aid me in restoring his life's essence, and once again bind him to this mortal plane so that he may continue to serve in your name, for peace, for life.
And you most certainly see tears just streaming down my face, and head kind of like bent over, hand still on his chest. Kale really doesn't, I really don't think he's gone. I realize that it's desperate. You can tell that I realize it's dire, but I haven't lost faith.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Roll me a religion check. Just a flat religion check.
Religion.
A natural 22.
My God, I'm believing so hard right now. A crit? Can we get
Okay.
some crits in the chat for this?
Okay. I think you feel something else in the air with you as you're speaking out, as you're calling out, you feel somebody else reach out. It's not Eldath. It's not the what did that? Okay, there we go. Can you guys hear the music? Is it playing for you now? Okay, that was weird. Something else reaches out. Someone else. I think as you go to open your eyes again, you're still in that blackness, surrounded by as if you had closed your eyes still. You open them, shake your head a couple times, and blink. A vast, smoky crystal spire begins to appear far, far away from you, in the distance. It's kind of this only thing that you can see amidst the blackness, a small white, almost maybe dull gray light beaming down on this tall crystal spire. A small figure, a very, very small figure, about 3 feet tall, wearing a black robe and a white mask, approaches you. The mask is featureless, has nothing but eyes, and you cannot see through underneath. The mask, the entire expression of him, and you hear a small, steady voice roll out as he begins to walk up to you, and it's about 5 feet from you, staring up at you, Kale. He says, "Was Taldro a good man?"
Taldro was the very best of men. You could not ask for a stronger, more loyal companion in service to Eldath.
Right. But was he a good man?
Wholly so, sir.
Aside all of the conviction and the anger and the rage, you think he was a good man?
Absolutely. His anger was nothing, just childish misunderstanding. The man he was and was becoming was wholly good.
And why have you reached out, aside to save your friend? What are the stakes?
The stakes are greater than just Taldro. You see, Eldath has sent us on this mission, and it is not only the illness that plagues me, but a sickness in the land The water itself is no longer pure.
Gives a small nod at that. You can see his head slowly nod. And you call out to Eldath on his dying hour,
That I do.
and yet you are met with me. How does that make you feel, young one?
Confused. As I don't recognize you.
I'm the god of the dead, young Kael. I'm Kalimvor.
Callum. Oh.
And this, as you see, looks down. It can't really see his eyes, but you can tell he's meeting your gaze as he speaks to you, and then looks down at the ground, only a few feet down below him. And you see Taldro's body there, whipped with the lashes and the barbs still scarred. And he begins to walk around slowly, starting at the feet, and just kind of walks in front of you, closer to you and Taldro, and looking down as he walks around. If I answer your call, young one, it would be a momentary respite until he falls again.
Oh.
Do you understand? He would be duty bound.
Duty bound to what?
To myself, young Kael. Nobody can escape death. Not even Taldro, not even the paladin of the peace. Nobody can escape death. And he points at the spire and the judgment that comes with it.
What duty would you ask of him?
That is for him and I to discuss.
Would it be good?
It would neither be good nor bad. It would be just. It would be just.
Taldro would not want it if it was not
Well,
just.
you can tell he smiles or smirks for a moment, and perhaps you can hear it in his voice. You can hear it. That's for him and I to talk about. He stops for a moment, and you can see him like he stops pacing around Taldro, and do you believe in this mission that you're doing for Eldath? Do you truly believe that Taldro is the only one?
I don't believe anyone is the only one. I believe we are the ones meant to do it. And I believe he is needed. And was taken too soon.
All of us are. Myself included. He looks back up at you and says, a word of warning. Be warned, Kael. You reek of godhood and the mischief that surrounds it. I'd advise you, Kael, to choose your friends more carefully and be wary. You can see it looks around. Once you've been acknowledged, things change. He bows his head.
You were not who I expected. I expected Eldath, and you ask if Taldro was good. I ask, are you good?
No. I am neither good nor bad. There is no evil, no morality in this realm. I do not pray or bother myself most times with the deeds that they have done in life, but rather a measure of the person that they are. Your actions may define you, but there are other things that I take into account.
It is in your power to restore his life?
Not his life. He will not be alive. He will not be dead. He will exist. He will serve a purpose. And that is all I will tell you. For as his friend, that is all you deserve to know. For now. Nods again.
Would he be able to serve Eldath?
In a way.
Would he feel joy?
That would be up to him.
If Kale could get paler, if it was possible. She's really struggling right now with this because it's unfamiliar. I'm very confused. I don't understand it. It was Eldath I was expecting. Kelemvor is a mystery and a bit of a dark one at that. So he has said that Taldro wouldn't be alive.
Would he be on the mortal plane with me?
Yes. But it would be purgatory. Do you understand, Kale?
Purgatory?
I will use your friend, a paladin of righteousness, to exact vengeance upon those that are unjust. And once his duty is fulfilled, he will die again.
But I don't think he would want that. I don't
It's for him to decide.
think Taldro would.
And you just, I'm just weeping.
Yeah. As you, I think you begin to sob. And I think as you close your eyes and cry, Ozug and Kek, you two begin to notice her start to weep after many moments of silence. Seems as if she's come out of whatever she was doing. As you open your eyes again, Kale, you see the trees, you hear the wind again, the vast, the smoky crystal spire off in the far reaches is gone. But Taldro, you awake.
Okay.
Not next to the tree, but you awake in darkness. You hear Kale sobbing, her cries and her reaching out, just but a momentary flash before it's gone, and you wake up and you see this pale white mask staring up at you or down at you. A short figure. And says, "Hello, Taldro." And holds his hand out.
Warily take it. Do I feel like shit?
You feel... I'd say, yeah, you feel fucking terrible.
Okay.
Yeah. So he holds his hand out to help you up.
Yeah.
If you take it.
I do. I'm looking around, though. While he's picking me up, I'm not very interested in it. I'm looking for Kale. She here?
As you look around, you see nothing but a crystal smoking spire in the far reaches of the distance. You can see a couple of crackles of lightning as you look over at it, and illuminates a small mountain range. You can see the tower is just the very top of it, going hundreds of feet into the air.
Where am I?
You, Taldro, you're in limbo. You're in the middle.
Limbo.
You're in my realm. Welcome.
Your realm.
I'm Kel. You may call me Kel.
Kel. Okay. I am Taldro. Where is Kale?
I've actually just finished speaking with her. You can can thank her for our meeting right now.
I do not understand.
Taljo, you are a force to be reckoned with. You can hear the breath almost in excitement. We'll chuckle. An unstoppable force once. And I heard the pitiful cries of half-elven cleric crying out to her god to resurrect this weapon. Walk with me, Taljo.
I don't trust this guy, but I'll walk with him.
Okay. He says that while like turning around, just expecting you to walk. So
I'll
figure you
follow.
catch up a couple paces. Yeah, you're a couple paces behind him. He continues talking. Taljo, there are things out there that I abhor, that I hate with every fiber of my being, and none more than letting a soul stay when it shouldn't. Letting a soul that should be judged and looks back stay. But there is one thing that I abhor more than that. Along the same vein, and should you choose to take my gift, you will exact this vengeance for me upon a man in Peakcliff. The task I give you is to kill the head of an entire undead army. He stops and turns around and looks at you and just crosses his arms, and I will bring you back to spend time with Kale and other loved ones. You may spread your peace of Eldath so long as you exact the vengeance that I require.
This is not the ways that I have been taught. I was taught to temper my fury, meditate, breathe through. Any acts of vengeance are not the way that I have been taught. You say that you will bring me back. I will just leave. I will find my own way back. I look around, try and figure out where the fuck I am.
Yeah. It's blackness. You can. He says you can walk if you'd like. He looks around himself. There's not much to take part in here, Taljiro.
You have stolen me away.
Yes.
So that I will do what you ask.
Yes. I'm asking you not to temper that rage anymore, Taljiro. The fire inside of you, I'm asking you to use it. To burn this city, Peakcliff, with unholy power. And remove the unholy power that resides in it.
Yeah. I was told that the undead are to be purged, so this I can understand, but vengeance.
The man at the head of it.
Who is this man? Why do you hate him?
I do not know. He stays clouded in the Tower of Brienne. And he kind of, you see him shake his head and he points down to the ground. And as he points down to the ground, however many feet apart that you were staying apart from him, it opens up and almost just rips open. You can see a woman and a man clad in soldier's gear, fighting and shouting mute at each other. You can't hear what they're saying, but they seem to be, you can almost make out the words "fall back." The woman is yelling at the man. They're pinned up against these barricades. As you look further down this hallway where the barricades are protecting from, it's a long tunnel, and you can see hundreds of skeletons slowly marching through, some of them clambering over the barricade themselves, pressuring the woman and man. And as they start to fall back, you see the skeletons continuing to push forward. And he says, this all I can see. He just continues to stare down at it. Doesn't that make you angry, Taldro?
I want to help them, yes.
Then will you accept my offer?
No. I have other oaths that I have sworn. One to my goddess Eldath, of whom you are not. Two to my friend Kale. I have sworn to protect her until she is cured and strong enough to protect herself. You say that I am in limbo. You say that you have spoken to my friend Kale. I do not know who you are or where this place is, but I do not trust your words. I do not believe that you are asking me to do good on behalf of my god, on behalf of Kale. I believe you are using me as a tool.
You're right. I'm not asking you, Taldro, to worship Eldath. I'm asking you to worship me.
That would make me an Oathbreaker.
It would?
I hear bad things of Oathbreakers.
And good things come to those whose gods bestow them.
Eldath and her ways, I understand naturally, instinctively against it. I have had to be taught by many to calm my natural self, to not let my fury, my love for battle, get me killed.
I'm asking you to throw that all away.
What did Kale say?
Kale said you were a good man. She asked for your forgiveness. She asked Eldath to bring you back. She asked that you come back to serve the purpose that you were given from Eldath herself, which I do not think is an actual purpose from Eldath herself, but a selfish quest to save the one that you love and appreciate the most, Kale. And he goes. You got to see him motion his hand again, and the rift that he tore in the ground opens up to Kale over your motionless body at the tree, sobbing. Maybe Ozug and Kek slowly starting to walk over now. He says, "I'm telling you that you can have moments again with her, as she requested. She is the one that reached out for you, after all."
Your illusions are persuasive, but I am not as easily swayed as you think. Many have tried to speak their way past my great hammer at the doors of the temple. It is not just violence which stops those from entering the doors that I guard. I can tell when I am being swindled. How do I know that what I am seeing is true? What you are saying, it seems wrong to me. Something does not seem correct here.
What will
am
it
I
take
missing?
me to convince you, Taldro? What do you need to see? Do I need to take you to her? Do I need to take her back here?
Any wizard can cast magics that make me see what I want to see, no?
Some, yes. But I think you could be smart enough to see through most of them. I've been nothing but honest with you, Taldro. I offer you your life in exchange for blood.
My life. You threaten me, small one.
And there's not much left in you anymore.
Do I have any way of working out whether he's at least telling me the truth that what I'm seeing is a thing?
You can roll an insight check if you.
I don't know what an insight check against a masked god is, if it's worth shit, to be honest. But I would like to
go ahead
at
and
least
roll an insight check.
Something. 13.
I'd say, I mean, there's only so much that you can make out. It's a robed figure with a white mask on. But I think what you can hear is the sincerity. I think maybe there might be a little bit of internal conflict there where you can hear the sincerity in his voice. But he is being open. He is being honest. He is using you.
It says Malcolm Townspin the third, by the way, just because I wrote it so that you didn't. That was not my backup character either. It was just a name I wrote in just to spaz everyone out in case I accidentally misclicked something.
I was laughing so hard at the name.
I'll say Kale is okay. And she is safe.
She would be. You have an ogre for a companion. I think she is safe.
The ogre is chaotic. You ask for me to break an oath I took to the people who took me in, raised me, clothed me, trained me, fed me.
That's up to you, Taldro. If you think it breaks the oath to the people that raised you, then I understand and I respect it. But I think it only breaks the oath that you swore to Eldath. And I don't think Eldath would have an issue with this. Rather, I don't think Eldath can have an issue with this.
My oath to my friend. It stands strong. I entrust that if you take me back to them and I complete your task, then what?
You will die, Taldro.
And what if I go back and ignore this town and these people that you want destroyed?
Then you will die, Taldro.
How long do I have?
He kind of waves his hand again. Kale passes and you see the skeletons again. A couple moments of silence as he looks down and... A month? Before the city is lost?
This is a bit mental, but how long does it take to get to Peak Cliff from where we are? If we beeline it?
It was like from where you guys were, it was 2 days travel over to the fountain. It would be about a week's worth of travel. Could be half if you guys double time it.
Right. Then I will say, I ask of you something then. I will not return and do your bidding unless I know that when I leave again, my friend will be safe, capable of living a full life. You will tell me what is wrong with her, how I can fix it in a month.
You see him kind of like the one shoulder goes back a little bit as if he's taken a step back. I'm not entirely sure what plagues your friend, but I can tell you that you might find answers in the Faded Woods, and you might find answers where you're going.
Faded Woods, I'm never going to get to the Faded Woods
On the western side.
and back, and then go all the way. Then I shall have to employ someone else.
If travel is an issue, you may travel from Peak Cliff to anywhere on Vormir. They have a somewhat safe, but genius, really, transportation system. Have you ever heard of a glider, Taldra?
What manner of creature is this?
If you go to Peak Cliff, you can find out what the other gnomes have invented.
When I return, not to Kale, but to you, to this place, when I have completed your task, what's then for me?
You and I will walk through the gates of the spire together.
To which hellscape for me, breaking my oath?
That will be determined. I have to be honest with you, Taldro. I'm not sure. I have not judged you yet. But I have deemed you worthy.
Okay, I will do it. I will do as you ask. Not for you, not for me, not for Eldeth, but for my one friend and for my true oath. They may have sent me to look after Kale because I am strong, but I believe they wanted me gone. They did not enjoy me. They did not like my ways, my temper, my fury, and my love for battle. They sent me to get rid of me. But Kale, she has always been true to me, and she has always been my friend. I will at least keep her safe for 1 month longer. And then I will employ someone else, and then I will do as you ask.
A noble cause, Taldro. He walks forward. He says, I will impart this on you. It will not keep you safe. It is no more than a mere trinket, but you might find use for it one day. He holds out his hand. In his hand is a small anchor. He says, I'll be in touch.
I'll take the anchor. I won't say anything else.
After he sees you not responding, I gave the same warning to Kale. But you, too, reek of godhood and mischief. Please choose your allies more carefully. And please note, Taldro, that we have a link, we have a bond now. And there are people out there that would seek to take me off this throne. You now protect that as well.
I have only one ally now. And it is not you. But I will do as you ask.
Understood. And he says, go. Be with Kale. And Kale, Taldra wakes up. There's a spattering of blood. There's the coughing, and you can see more blood coming out of his mouth. The gashes on his face start to bleed like a little bit more. Still has all of the scars, all of the wounds, all of the damage done. But he lays there in front of you, breathing.
You see a flurry of action from me.
Yeah.
Just this is the fastest you've ever seen Kale move. She's at the wound at his neck. She's like trying to tend to everything at once, and then just starts bawling, just like ugly crying.
Sorry, guys, misclick.
Fuck. Taldro! That's not possible.
because he's hurt. And I look up at Okay. Very hurt, but he's back. Taldra, can you hear me?
Okay.
Can you?
Ow.
Falling.
2 questions. I assume I remember everything.
Yeah. You remember the conversation. You remember everything that happened.
I'm looking for a little anchor.
Yeah, as you like quickly just starts right as you bring your arm over, you get like a huge but out of the small pouch that you pulled it out of as you pat. I don't know if you want to take it out or pat it, but
Oh, I'm taking it out.
okay. As you open it up, pat, stare, open it up, take it out. You have a small anchor in your hand.
I'll look at it. Kale, it is good to be back. I'm gonna put the thing away again. I'm gonna hold it for a second though, even though I'm not really
Oh my
putting it
God,
away.
this is insane.
Yeah.
Kale, tell me, did you meet a small masked figure?
Kale, bawling, tries in vain to wipe like everything that's coming off of her face away at once, and like, this is really happening. Like, look, Callum Vor, you said yes. You saw him.
Yes.
You back.
Yes.
I don't understand.
I'm back. Indeed. But
But he said that you would be his, and that he would take you again, Taldra. He said he would take you again.
yes. I'm gonna sit up.
Hurts a lot. Yeah.
I'm pushing him back. He probably can't even feel it, but I'm trying to push him back.
Yes.
I don't think you should sit up. I can't believe.
You're at 0, by the way, Brad.
Fucking hell.
Both at 0. Both at
You're
0.
stable. Yeah.
Yeah, we're just
You
stable.
sneeze and you break 3 ribs.
Yes, it is true. At what cost I have come back, I do not know. For only a small while, he said, I have to complete 2 tasks.
I will help you.
One for him, one for me.
I will help you, Taldra.
We must find you a cure. And I must travel to Peak Cliff.
Peak Cliff, all the way up north.
Yes, I have to defeat an undead army. And the one who leads it.
Army.
Yes, should not be too difficult, since I am so adept at defeating multiple foes.
You are, Taldra.
Ozag, Kek, you are okay, yes?
Oh, you're fine. I managed to get you out of the cave.
Thank you for getting Kel out safely.
I remember that promise we made.
Keck is still looking at the hole, just waiting for anything. Really, Tuesday?
I'm holding an arm up towards Ozug.
Take him by the forearm.
I'm gonna grip it as hard as I can in my 0 hit point state. I'm gonna stare at him again. If anything happened to me, you take Kale to the temple, and you find someone else to complete the task. Eldad.
Which temple?
It is in the Faded Woods in the north, by the mountains, by a waterfall. She knows where it is. And you are the only ones who can complete this task. If anything happens to me before I find someone else, I do not have a long time left. There is a doom counter above my head from someone, Callum Vor, he calls himself, God of the Dead. I remember my studies, but perhaps it was a demon. I do not know. I do not trust him. But he has the power to bring me back, no? Attempt to stand up now.
Yeah. You pull on Ozug's arm and he helps you up.
Okay. Time to leave. We have a month. Just 1 month. 30 days.
Well, some months have 31 days.
Let's hope it's that one, eh?
Let's hope you have 31.
Let's hope it's not 28.
God, that got you more depressed.
And lift up my great hammer. Put it on the thing that I carry on.
Big guy. Let me carry that one for you. You need to rest.
If I cannot carry it, I cannot complete my task.
You need to rest for now.
Taldor,
You just got whipped by a weird tentacle thing. It was like we were in one of those, drawings that the weird elves do.
I am fully aware that I have been whipped. Yeah, I'm covered in lacerations. I'm fucked up, right? Aren't I completely fucked?
Yeah, you're there's a couple
just covered in
There's a
wounds.
clean hole through your trap.
Just fucking covered in blood and gore. And
lashes
Three of
across
us
his
are
face.
nearly dead.
You guys are pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
We
We're
are.
messed.
we do not want to stay here by this hole. We will find somewhere else to stay. And we will rest. But, I'll turn to Kale. We will be marching hard from now on. Time is a luxury we do not have.
I can do it. Taldor, I'm so glad you're back.
And peal of sobbing again.
Yep.
Like, you wouldn't think Kale could make that much noise, but she's just broken.
She is Eldath's symbol of peace with the waterfalls.
I feel like I'm weirdly not making eye contact with Kale as well, and I'm kind of trying to do other things as we should leave, find somewhere nearby, yes?
Yes, we should set up camp and then let us cover from our wounds.
But I'm gonna lean into Taljo.
You see how she is a mess right now.
Yes, but
She is going to grieve again. She
yes.
has to be prepared.
I do not have much time. I came back for one reason, truly, to try and see my oath to Kale through, to find her a cure, and to keep her protected, at least as far as I am able to travel. I will find a replacement for myself if I am unable to complete my first oath. I will at least complete my second.
Just be prepared for that day.
I am prepared. I will be prepared. Now it is nothing but preparation. But I have a task and I am to it.
I just gently pat him on the back.
I'm walking away.
It hurts. It hurts.
It fucking
like hell.
hurts, yeah. I'm wobblingly walking away, and I'm straight up, straight into looking for somewhere to settle that's safe.
Yeah. Give me a perception check, all of you.
I was about to say, Keck is looking for, almost, I guess, in a primitive way, just looking for someplace that is safe, like you would be running for shelter in a
A
sense.
wounded animal.
There's so
yes.
much
Essentially,
blood in
we
my
are
eyes.
a wounded pack going through a dragon-infested place.
Absolutely.
So, yay!
I
Yeah.
think there's as Taldor starts to wobble away and you see his head looking around, he just stumbles again and falls over face first. You want maybe following his gaze really quickly. You can see a small patch, I guess, in the field, about 100-ish feet away. Keck and Ozug and Kale. There's a small plume of smoke coming up from it as the night air starts to settle. It's not too dark yet, but it's getting to dusk. You can see this campfire a little bit of ways away, There is the river to the north. You guys have passed it a little bit already, but as you look to the north, there's a bend in the river that you could probably take an hour or two travel up to camp at. Within quick camping distance, there's like a little burrow of trees about 50 to 70 feet away in the opposite direction of the campfire, going northeast for you guys. The campfire would be southeast on the map.
Can I do any kind of like survivalist check where I try to determine like we're wounded, closest one, would that be safe? Like I'm trying to decide how I would balance these out in my mind.
Friend or foe with a camp, or would we just risk it like out in the wilds?
Right.
Feel like that'd be up to you guys. It'd be insight check maybe. But you wouldn't be able to get a gauge on anyone from just a campfire. Right.
Yeah.
So it'd be up to you guys if you guys are wounded. And
the campfire is how far time-wise versus the grove of trees?
The grove of trees is about 70 feet away. So it'd be about,
okay.
It'd be like closer. Campfire would be a little bit longer away.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we're not certain if the campfire is friendly folks or not. And the campfire isn't too far out of the way because we're headed east,
no,
and this is a little bit north. But
yeah, so to the northeast there's that little burrow of trees, just like off the hill. When you guys are like up on a little bit of a hill right now, and then a little bit down at the southeastern end of the hill, you can see that little campfire coming up.
Okay.
Probably assume it's just somebody also looking for passage through. You guys have seen a couple merchants' caravans on your way through as well.
That direction that the campfire is at, is that any place where we saw the dragon swoop down, the chimera, anything that is big, nasty, and would just destroy us in like 5 seconds?
No, that was to the north. When you saw the dragon, if you guys are looking at the map, it came from right about here, up in these peaks.
Okay.
And flew over this way, and then circled back. The hill giants that you had seen, I think were like, what was it, like 300, 400-ish to the north. So they were like right about here, and you could see them traveling southward. Chimera, I think I deleted that by accident. But you guys,
it.
Yeah,
we
saw them go in like over here.
Right there, yeah.
Yeah, right where that second pink marker is. On the map.
Okay. We're just going
somewhere
there now.
about there.
Hmm.
Yeah, in the fog that I'm in, I'm not sure how much contributing I'd be doing to the decision making because I'm probably still.
No, Keck is not going to trust anyone for right now. Like, he's going full.
Do you tell them that, or are you just watching? Walking.
He's just gonna mention the trees over there. We should leave. Go there soon. Just basic, like getting basic words like before actually like kind of losing himself in just like almost like a panic.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I didn't see shit. I'm like barely fucking moving.
Someone
right?
helps up Taldro and goes up.
Yeah,
you guys are okay with going to the burrow. As soon as you get picked up, you can kind of see this little burrow of trees as well. I think you can see the campfire as well, Taldro, as they pointed out, but they're pointing at the burrow trees.
Yeah, Keck's eyes are wandering everywhere. Like the same thing that happened when the dragon popped up. Everything out here is going to kill you, basically. And
Danger afoot.
Yeah, it's not simple like common wildlife anymore, like you would be used to. This is like big nasties, little nasties. Everything will kill you. He's not doing good.
Okay. So you all start to make your way. It doesn't take too long. I think it takes a little bit longer because you all are wounded. Someone's gonna pop up Taldro, and Kale, you're also probably a little weak from the day. I mean, we all probably know how much that crying can exhaust you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like the pace is a little slow, but eventually you all reach this small grove. That's what the fucking word is. Sorry, this small grove of trees here. Just a couple of them, like about under 10. There's a little bit withered. You can see the fall air is kind of taking some of the leaves off of them. There's a little spot, I think, in the middle of like 2 or 3 of them, with enough room for a tent and maybe a campfire that you guys can guess that you would have a little bit of vision blocked by these tree trunks. They're quite wide. So you guys settle down there for the night.
I think
All
so.
right.
Does it look like other people have camped here before?
Roll me an investigation check. I'd say you don't find any signs in the immediate vicinity. No footsteps around. It's you have dark vision, right? Yeah, you're half elf.
Yeah.
Fucking dark vision party here. I keep.
We all have it.
Yeah. So I'd say now, as you guys have traveled over, it's just hit about night. You can't really see anything. No like smoldering embers, no old campfires or anything. And you guys set up camp. Settle down for the night. I think that's a good place to take our very first break. As you all set up camp and start to. Do you guys light a campfire just real quick before we go on break or no?
No.
I think we're gonna keep it hidden. You're gonna okay. I was gonna say I was keep it hidden, like very, very.
I'm probably
very
like
low.
in and out of sleep already. Just like,
Consciousness
no.
and just-
Totally.
Campfire.
Yeah.
Okay.
Campfire.
Okay.
Barely.
Campfire.
We can all see anyway because we have.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all. Yeah, I think it's just for the warmth.
So,
how is it cold out or
it's
is it?
chilly? It's got a coldish wind going through. I mean, it's a fall wind.
Yeah.
And this is it's a continental climate here, so I'm imagining like a couple degrees under Canadian fall. So if you guys have your leathers and your jackets on, Canadian fall is like
Everyone here knows that.
0 degrees. Sorry, 0 degrees. would be what I-
Can I get a translation for American?
Yeah.
What would that be?
No.
What is that in English,
God.
please?
What is 0 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit? There you guys go. Isn't it like 32 or something?
20,
32.
30,
32 outside.
30. Okay.
It's about 30s, I'd say.
That
And
is
then
freaking
12 bald eagles and 4 moose fly by.
Nice.
Let's go to our break. That's what
All
Keck
right.
sees as he's falling asleep.
No, not again.
Few minutes.
He's already losing his shit.
Can we get some tables 2 sips and some tables 2 Oscars in the chat for Tuesday and Brad? And we'll see you guys in a few minutes.
Oh my god, I'm back. I genuinely, by the way, that was not like a scripted planned thing. Just for the record. I had no idea that was coming. I genuinely made
Not
another
at all.
character. I had the other character's character sheet open. That's how little chance I figured you probably had of fucking
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I
bringing me
didn't.
back.
That
I
was-
crit, dude. Kale crit.
Yeah. As soon as I saw the crit, I closed my other character sheet.
I don't want to spoil too much, but I will say that I had it written down that you would only get a conversation if you got a crit.
Whoa. Yeah, I figured as
Really
much.
lucky there.
Okay.
I remember having a similar thing
Really
during
like-
someone else's res at some point.
Yeah.
It might have been Boulder, I can't remember, but yeah. Damn.
All
Nice.
right.
All
We'll
right.
be right
Yeah.
back, everyone. Thanks
Well,
for
I only
watching
got a month.
today.
So.
Go join our Discord, go sub to the Patreon. We got a lot of amazing things over there, and go follow the YouTube. Sub to the YouTube.
Yeah.
Ah. Hello,
So this
everyone.
we
Good
had
God.
these drawings. We
Okay.
said it was
And then
we
5
got
people just talked at
everywhere.
once. What the?
Welcome back all at once, everyone. Thanks for hanging. Thanks for your patience on the break. Let's jump right back into it, yeah? Is there anything you guys want to do during your, or just before your long rest, or you guys just want to take a long rest?
Um,
I'm just going to tell Kirk about all the elves and their drawings and stuff.
And
Okay,
while
Kex,
he's doing that,
Okay.
Kex.
I'll go sit by Taldro, and I whisper anyway, but this would be barely. I'm super weak at this point, but I would just let him know, that I know what Kalambor. I know what the terms were, and I just want him to know that I understand like what the terms were, and I think you did the right thing. I think you made the right choice. Coming back, I mean.
I feel like I probably still wouldn't be looking anywhere near where the vicinity of your face is at all.
So you can tell, yeah.
Like, I'm just kind of like,
5-year-olds talking to mom.
yeah.
Well, after being
Ma,
grounded.
you don't understand, man.
No, you don't know though.
You don't understand, man. But I'll say, I'll say, do not know what I have done. I do not know what the repercussions will be for me.
I don't either, Taldro. But given the options, I think you chose well, and I'm glad you're back. And I'll help you with Peakcliff.
Perhaps it will not be as difficult as we hope, or that this one Kellum foretells us. We must do our best first to find a cure for you. This is truly the reason I come back.
We will find it.
And I think as I'm saying that, my head just kind of and down. I'm asleep.
Same thing.
Yeah.
On the ground. I didn't even put my bedroll out. I'm just out.
Is anyone keeping watch, or are the two ogres? Are you guys still talking?
Keck right now is probably keeping watch. He's paranoid to all high fuck.
Yeah. Okay. Ozug?
Yeah, he's watching.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Every now and then he'd be like,
There was this one with just massive hungers and just,
Like, Keck is not paying attention. He is on paranoid patrol right now. Just
Yeah.
every now and then he'll try and get Keck's attention by,
hey, look, unicorn.
Mm.
The three-headed unicorn.
all he keeps doing is this now. Every time he hears it, it's but he's doing the triangle motion: left, right, up, left, right, up, left, right, up. He's
Does up get more attention than the rest? Spend a little longer scanning.
When the sun sets a little bit more, that's when he starts looking up there a lot more.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah, I think so you guys might hear Vio in the background.
God damn it.
I thought it was a ghost laughing.
It was the chimera ghost dragon Vio.
Taldro's ghost.
The real
Roll me a perception check.
Oh.
Okay. I think as you're looking overhead,
oh no,
you see it again. You see the same thing that you saw last night. You see the Pegasus, the winged horse. I think it's just a brief, like, backlit moment. As it flies over the full moon. You can see the shape of it fly over the wings and recognize that it's that same thing that you saw last night. It's gone in a flash.
He almost wants to ignore it completely. Just looking left, right, up, avoiding up even a little bit more right now. Just maybe medium sky right now.
Medium sky.
Medium sky, not high sky, but medium sky.
Okay. All right. I think your night passes. You don't see anything else in the distance. Nothing flying in the sky. You, Taldro, and Kale, you two find rest maybe on each other's heads. You fall asleep on his shoulder, and maybe Taldro, unless you roll out a bed rest, find you waking in the morning with them. But Keck, as you fall asleep,
He just can't get a break.
as you fall asleep again,
5 cups of coffee jitters. Just
poor Zotbot. At least they're not Tuesday. Didn't eat all that candy, man.
yeah, didn't eat all the candy.
You see chains again. A vast ocean, a lake, a pond, something. As far as your eye can see, you see chains swirling, twisting. They are the water again, and you can see the same red glow and hear the shrieking cries of Vio.
God, a nightmare.
What do you do?
Looking down below.
The same red glow. Miles below the surface, feet.
Looking a bit more, I guess, up on the surface, is there anything other than just chains, like a sea of chains?
Just a sea of chains. The sky is a dull gray, cloudy, as if it was like a rough storm at sea. You can see the waves lapping viciously a little further away, but nothing.
Takes one deep breath, almost kind of relishing it in its, I guess it's a little bit of a, he knows he's about to die again. Takes a deep breath and pushes himself and sinks.
Okay.
Eyes stay closed, just sinks.
Just let yourself sink. Okay. I think the same thing happens. You float down a little bit, just a couple feet beneath the surface, and I think as your ears go under the quote unquote water here, the chains wrapping around it, all you can hear then is the racking and the binding, as if somebody is hammering a chain. And then the ting 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 of them all winding around each other. What do you do?
I just eyes closed, still sinking.
Okay.
Just almost trying to keep a calm in a sense. Like,
what are you thinking? What are you doing? What emotions are you trying to calm?
It's almost not fear, but it's the panic of everything is around him, regardless of if he's awake, if this is real, if it's not real. Even in everything around him right now feels as if he feels weak in a sense. He's feeling weak, and
you feel the mounting power in front of you.
If he doesn't see it, it's not there.
Okay.
So he's going to sink and sink and sink.
Okay. You continue to sink this time instead of stopping. You can feel the chains kind of giving way as you relax. As you calm yourself, as you close your eyes and pretend that it's not there, pretend that it's not happening, you continue to sink and sink. You don't run out of breath, but you just continue to sink. And you realize that after a small moment or a small while of sinking, can't keep track of the time, but the rattling has stopped. There's still the endless the hammering of the chain, but the moving of the chain has stopped. What do you do? Your eyes are still closed, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's contemplating as if it, but the chains fade. He gets more and more curious. There's less going on. There's less to panic about. There's a single thing he hears now. Single thing to focus on. He's gonna slowly open his eyes.
Okay. As you open your eyes, you still see the chains. You can see them in front of you, frozen. You're almost encased in them. You have a little bit of room. You're still floating, but there's no water. The chains have stopped, and you can still hear the thrum, the hammering of the chain. But the chains have stopped moving.
Looking at them, are they just? Is it if they're like cradling, or is it more of just almost like they're interwoven and just kind of almost
mess interwoven? Chain goes on forever. It wraps, it binds around itself.
And the sounds, are they coming from the same direction where the red orb is? Or? Okay.
I think in the same direction that you can still feel like a pulsating heat, and you can see the redness kind of flashing through the small little holes in between each of the links. You can still hear the hammering of the chain.
Lets out a little air and then goes ahead and starts swimming down a little bit more.
Okay.
Pursuing something.
Mm-hmm. As you swim, you let a, and you push further down. As you push further down, you reach out in the chains, and as you push them, they start to straighten. They start to break loose of each other and start to unwind and unbind from each other. And as you continue to push them out of the way, you can hear the rattling again, but it's behind you. You get closer and closer to the hammering. The hammering of the chain continues. And as you get as you can finally see this red orb, almost this, it's covered in blackness, but this red is bleeding out of it. You know in that moment that you found the source, and as you finally pull the last chains open, the chains on the orb open themselves in a slit, almost like an eye. And you see this red eye, this heat, the hammering of the chain getting louder, the rattling getting louder and louder and louder as it stares into your eyes. And then you wake up. It's a nice morning. You maybe wake up in a cold sweat. The eye still in your mind. You can see your party members around you. You guys have all received the benefits of a long rest. As it's mid-morning. I think you guys slept in a little bit.
That would make sense.
And I think anybody that's awake, it's up to you, but anybody that's awake, I think, would see Keck bolt upright again. And breathing, hyperventilating.
And I think he's trying to almost calm it down forcefully.
Yeah.
And just focusing on the one thing, just the one eye, over and over again, rather than the panic.
You hear the hammering again as you focus in on the eye, the rattling of the chains, and you can remember the thrum, very rhythmic thrum, almost like a large heartbeat.
Doing the arm thing again.
Just feels a little tighter.
I would have been like pulled forward, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Whether or not that would have woken up Ozug is up to you.
I think he would have already been awake, just kind of doing his own thing. But what is it? What? Tell me what?
Time for food.
It's always time for food. I'm just thankful you didn't eat Eldra. But no more cheese. Cheese has been doing bad things to you.
Can I tell something else is up with him?
Roll me an insight check. I think. And if you want to hide it, Keck, you can make a deception check. I feel like this would be advantage versus disadvantage. Oh, you guys have already rolled. Fuck. Go ahead and take advantage and disadvantage. Since you guys have spent your lives here. Or sorry, we'll do a disadvantage on you, Keck. Not advantage on both.
Right. Damn.
Okay. Yeah, I think there's a moment where like you can see that he's putting up a wall. I think you can tell that he's okay. But he isn't saying something.
We are okay.
You're literally okay.
Couldn't help it.
You've got like a hunch something's up, but he seems okay.
All right. Let us get some food.
In the back of Ozug's mind, he's keeping an eye on him.
Okay.
He's not gonna push it or anything.
Yeah. Okay. Taldro and Kale, what are you two doing while you guys wake up? What's the plan?
Normally I probably get up very early and I'm like preparing and stuff, but I'm like up super slowly moving around. My wounds are probably healed.
Quote unquote. Yeah, I think they've scabbed over. Like you can see Taldro's pretty grotesque. He's got like pizza face. You know, if you slide on concrete for a couple minutes after your bike or after falling off your bike, kind of looks like that. Your face is just all scabbed, especially on the cheeks. Looks really, really bad. He's like purple and green and yellow and yeah.
Okay, time to go. Let's stand up.
You take it easy.
I feel much better. Yeah, it was not as bad as it looked. Just a flesh wound.
I mean, you have a face for sore eyes, I tell you that.
I was never the most pretty girl.
Look a bit rough, Taldo.
Thank you very much.
Are you sure you're ready?
It's not the worst I've ever felt.
That might be true.
You remember when all 15 members of the Temple Guard had to fight that tiny little Remoraz? I was barely in that fight, before it scratched me, throw me around. That was worse.
Oh, was pretty bad.
Yeah. That was worse. I feel much better after a little sleep. I'm gonna pull my hood up because I have the peaked hood. I'm gonna pull it all the way fucking low down over my face though in a self-conscious move.
Okay, Ezio.
Some fucking or fucking some Sith eyes under there.
It doesn't hide much more than your forehead.
He
Kind of
came
casts
back,
like a
but
more
he came back
menacing-
wrong.
It casts like a menacing visage almost, because then all you see is the hood and then just his wounds. Like like Daredevil season 2. Have you guys seen Daredevil season 2? The Punisher is just like fucked up for the entire season. His face bruised and like bloodied. Yeah, that with like a bunch more cuts on.
I'm gonna end up looking more like Jigsaw though. The fucking it's the character that gets the glass face thing during the Punisher.
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
look up. I think his name's Jigsaw. Is that his
I haven't
name?
seen the Punisher yet. I thought
In
you
the
meant like
comic?
Jigsaw, like the fucking.
Yeah, no, I
like
realized at that
Saw.
moment.
Like Saw.
Is his name? Let me find out. Jigsaw Punisher. Is that his name? Yeah. Look up Jigsaw Punisher. It's freaking gross. That's what I'm gonna look like by the end of it, but also a half orc.
But also half orc.
Yeah, you're half working into that.
You're just gonna look like Deadpool.
yeah.
Just
Yeah,
full
he's
line
messed up.
like beat to all high hell.
Yeah, he's messed up. Damn, he's proper messed.
So yeah,
He's a
I pull my peak down. I grab my great hammer. I'm gonna put my other. In fact, I have a thing that carries my great hammer on my back.
Yeah.
So I'll hook that into that, and put my hands in my pockets, which is not a thing I do naturally. But in one of my pockets is the little anchor, and I'm just gonna like play with it
Yeah. Okay.
as I walk. So I'm like up. I'm like standing up. I'm like, okay, time to go.
Mhm.
We waste no more time on this folly.
What's the plan?
I'm gonna change all my ideals and bonds on my character sheet.
The plan is we
Darth
head
Taltro
east.
was born.
You leave?
I think so.
Are you guys headed east or are you headed northeast? Is the important question.
Out of curiosity, Keck wants to look over to where the camp used to be, where the fire was coming from.
Mhm.
Any, I guess, remains, or is it still there, or is it?
Yeah, roll me a perception check.
Sure.
It's a little bit further up the hill, but
Eddie, or is it 15?
I think you can see just like the little bit of crest on the hill where the camp was. Doesn't seem like there's anything there. You don't see any like plume of smoke from where they were camping. Looks like whoever was there might have took an early leave.
Okay.
Are you trying to get north quickly, or what is the what?
We're still heading east, right? Or are they planning something else? I point
You guys.
eastwards. No, we continue with the task. First, we explore for this the fountain, this well.
Right.
We continue onwards, but afterwards I will be going to Peak Cliff. You may join me if you would like.
We will. We will all be going.
And I look at Keck and OK and nod at them, like, right?
Keck's half paying attention, more of just looking out in the fields and still doing the.
I think
thing.
I would notice that, like,
Keck, what are you doing? Are you all right?
Still looking out in the fields and everything like that. Just
What are you looking for?
I don't like this place.
He probably wants his rubber ducky since we ended up giving that one away.
Is that why you're doing the hand thing now? Is it the ducky?
Sore. Just sore.
May I have a look? It won't hurt, Keck. I just want to make sure you're all right.
I'm fine. Just kind of like tries to walk a little bit faster, almost like childish, avoiding.
yeah.
But I'd like to have a look.
I'm fine.
But what if you're not?
I'm fine. Just sore. Any wildlife that we might see, just like basically anything that would hold Keck's attention for like 3 seconds, just so he can like make a quick exit out of a conversation.
Roll me a perception check.
Sure.
Kale, you can roll an insight if you want to look into what Keck
Yeah,
is doing.
at
It's
this
up to
point,
you
I'm-
guys. Yeah.
That'd dare be an 18.
Okay. Yeah, if you guys want to look into what someone is doing, just let me know you want to make an insight check, because I don't want to force them upon you guys. You can roll a deception if
Jesus.
you want, Keck.
Can we
Laser eyes.
just ban her for like
yeah, right?
ever rolling?
Is that her
ever
third
again?
or second nat 20? That's her
That's-
second nat
Second.
That's the second, and
Clutch
they're
nat
like,
20s.
yeah, I don't know if she's trying to inspect it or anything like that, but obviously trying to still like keep it away. So,
Okay. So roll me
there's
perception.
no such
Yeah.
thing as
So I
hiding.
think there is a squirrel like somewhere in the trees that you like, but I think Kale, you can tell he's avoiding you. He's trying to speed up. He's trying to like rush Ozug along. Taldro doesn't even seem like he's ready to leave this second, and Keck is usually not the first person to leave. So
Sure.
kind of get the idea that like something's going on. And I think, do you wear a sleeve, Keck, or no? Okay.
It's just pure, just the chain.
Okay, yeah,
that's
I
all
think
that's
you can see the chain on his arm for like a brief moment. It seems to move, Kale, and then you just like you see it and you're like, and it stops moving. But you see a brief snake of movement as he clenches his fist.
What the?
I'm gonna make a mental note. It's clear that he's not gonna let me look at it right now.
Mhm.
I'm gonna make a note that when we settle for the evening, I'm gonna approach him with food or something, because even I would be thinking about how him not talking about second breakfast is weird.
What do you think he's looking for?
Mhm.
He found
On
squirrel.
a way out.
Squirrel.
All right,
Just blast.
so you guys
Yeah,
are moving,
actually, as soon as he sees the squirrel,
yeah.
blast.
Give me an attack roll.
Yeah, please.
Give me an
Let
attack
me
roll.
hit a goddamn squirrel.
Let the man
As
get
tradition.
Hold on.
Squirrel.
You know what? Hold on. Let me see. Squirrel 5e. What's their
The DC is 7.
let me see. What's their AC? Hold on. Hit dice initiative.
Please. Is what?
They have a 15 I mean, it kind of makes sense. They're like this big, right?
I mean, that's fair enough.
Chat, I am re-rolling. I am not playing a warlock ever again.
He's gonna reroll as a ogre squirrel.
Agile.
Yeah,
I'd
Squirrel.
rather just be, at this point, I'd be a more efficient rogue than anything.
Yeah, as you let the Eldritch Blast go, trying to quickly change conversation, you see it let the Eldritch Blast go, and I think as it hears the of the energy forming and flying, it quickly darts across, and you can see like this Eldritch Blast out of nowhere. You guys hear this too if you're not paying attention. It's just hear like splintering of wood, and half the tree just like off the top, and the top branches fall down.
You really need to get better with your aiming.
Well, I mean,
He's almost really just disappointed in himself. He just can't get a win.
Oh man.
He hasn't slept well in like 3 or 4 days already.
No.
He has not slept well at all.
Yeah.
He's constantly paranoid now. He's seeing shit now. Keck is not doing.
Keck doesn't know what to trust.
No, he.
Was there
honestly-
ever a squirrel there?
He actually is at this point just wanting to go home in a sense. He just wants to go to bed.
The world's a little crazier than Keck expected.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys pack up your camp, pack up any of the bedrolls you might have set up, anything you might have used to cook breakfast. Mark off 5 rations for breakfast. You can divvy that however you guys want. Just 5 rations need to go for breakfast.
I'll knock
Okay,
one
I'll
off of
take one
mine.
off of mine.
I'll take one off of mine.
All right. Where is
Actually, I'll take
this?
2 off of mine because
Because you're you.
he didn't get squirrel, so he had to eat something.
And again, you guys can choose. I'm gonna give you guys the handout just because it's been 2 weeks here. To navigate, to forage, or to scout here on your way. If you guys forage, it won't use your rations. You can have somebody getting water, which is an important thing to remember. I think you guys only have today's left worth of water skins, right? Because you filled up
Let
2
me check
skins
because I had
yesterday.
5 that I filled.
Yeah, you had a bunch of skins. You filled up a bunch of skins yesterday, and then you used them on your travels, and you would have used them this morning. So you need to refill the.
Okay,
the
so we're
first
at 0 of 2 for water skin. right?
Okay.
Or,
Yeah, you need to refill the first set, but I think you guys have enough to make it through today.
Okay.
Thankfully, you're like not in the desert. It's not Dustvale.
Gotcha.
And then you can
The shade.
track if you find any tracks, but you haven't. You can scout for potential threats or navigate, which is the most important job, finding your way there. You guys do have a map, but you still have to head east and find your way to the precise part.
As usual,
So who
I
wants
will
to take
just
what job?
I will fill because I am the worst at both of those checks.
Okay.
My best is perception. So what do we want me doing?
I can do survival. And at this point, I think Keck's just paranoid enough to just kind of, he wants to stay single, like a single idea in his head. But as the day goes on, he gets more and more like actually insane.
Oh boy.
What is your best stat out of those two, Connor?
You guys can meta the
survival.
shit out of this.
So you should
Okay, so I'll rock
navigate.
the perception. Oops.
You two should navigate, and me and Tuesday should scout.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, actually, Ozleg is equal on perception and survival. So.
Then it
Well,
does.
I'm not as good as in survival.
We'll
so-
go with that then. From now on,
I think
Alright.
we'll scout and you navigate.
Let me
Oh, dear.
GM note this.
What
who
is with your natural rolls?
Oh my god. Okay, so I'm gonna go with what's the thing that you just said, Brad? Who's always going to be doing perception and who's always going to be doing?
I have high perception, so
Oh, I
should
can just do this here.
Yeah, there you go.
This is, well, which job
Like that
specifically?
feeling.
Navigation.
Me and Kale are scouting, and those two are navigating.
Okay.
And all the rolls suck.
Ozug, scout,
Yeah, we all.
scouting, Kale, and Talja. Okay, I'm just gonna assume this is your guys' party like makeup when we're traveling. So you guys tell me differently. I'll ask each time, but just tell me differently. Okay, so let's see. The navigators, Kale, Keck and Ozug, with an 11 survival and a 6 survival. Okay. The navigators, Kale and Taldro, a 10 and a nat 1. Okay. Don't forget, you guys do still have your inspiration, Taldro, because you already forgot about it. Don't
I
forget to mark
know,
on your-
I know.
Don't forget about it again.
I was looking at it throughout the entire interaction with
yeah.
Kellenvor.
This is just more me letting you know it's persisting through death here. You haven't lost it.
Okay.
Ozleg doesn't have his though.
I wasn't gonna give it back, so.
When did you use it?
When I
Grabbing something or doing something.
Oh, it was grabbing
grabbing-
Taldro?
yeah.
Okay, pulling Taldro out. Okay.
It
okay.
might have been, yeah.
So we're gonna say you guys didn't make a lot of progress here. So I'm not gonna move the token because you guys had a couple hours of travel and then you got held up and then rested.
Oh no,
So
it was to stabilize Kale.
that's what it was.
Right.
Okay. Kale's rolled nothing but crits today. Yeah, right. Jeez.
I mean,
I think
that
is that true? Have you only? Yeah, you've only. Oh
We
no, 'cause
rolled-
you rolled an 18. You rolled an investigation.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That would have been much more bizarre if you've only rolled 20s and one.
Broke that streak.
Yeah, right.
I mean, 3 crits. Is
Didn't
not too bad.
didn't Thingy roll like 4 natural 20s in a row? How many was it? Lash.
Oh yeah.
There was
They
a-
There was a
rolled.
streak.
There was
wild-
like there were 3 or 4 attacks from them that rolled. It was 120 and then like a bunch of it was like 4 hits in 120 and 4 hits in 120 and 2 hits in 120 and then the last ones rolled a double nat 20. Yeah.
I know Carlas had a pretty good day when we had to shoot out.
Okay. So you all start to wander. Kale and Taldro kind of have the map. And I think they're walking maybe behind you, Osag and Kek, as you guys scout out ahead. You can't necessarily see anything as time goes on. There's not anything too dangerous. I'd say, Kek. Nothing you can see. Like no black dragons flying overhead. There's no strange winged beast again.
I think he's a little less even enthused by like what could actually be coming out. He's a little bit more focused on. He's trying to focus on one single thing, almost trying to keep himself in a sane state.
Yeah.
Considering that he's now starting to feel exhausted. Like he's not even sure like what is like. I guess almost like that mentality of like why or even what's the point. Like he's starting to get frustrated. Like it's he knows there's a goal, but he's now going to start getting like irritated.
Oh wait, sorry. Did I fuck it up? Is Kale and Taldra are the scouts and you guys are the navigators? I thought it was the other way around.
We're the we're the navigators. 'cause we
Oh,
did
okay, my
survivors.
bad. I had written it down then. Okay, then that makes perfect sense then. Okay. I will.
The roles are basically the same though.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they're pretty much yeah. Okay.
I feel like we're gonna have the same.
That does
outcome.
actually that does change a lot actually.
Oh,
That
okay.
does.
Because of the nat 1. Kale.
Oh my god, I still managed to fuck it up. Wait. You guys are scouting, they're navigating. Why did I type them in wrong again? All right. I don't even know if that's a word. Okay. That's the best way I can spell navigating. Navigation. Okay.
Navigation.
So you guys are walking around trying to keep your bearings then on the map. Walking behind Taldro and Kale. I say I think the day goes on. You get about well into like the evening of travel. You don't lose your way, which is why it's good that you guys said that was swapped there. You don't lose your way. I'll move you guys over to the next tile, but there's a moment, Kale and Taldro, that as you guys are walking around and I think maybe just before the night comes to an end, you see you see 2 horses about 30 feet away from you guys as you come around this bend, walking up this this kind of grassy knoll on this small like dirt road that you guys have found. As you come up this bend, just down the hill, about 30 feet away are 2 a chestnut mare and a white Mustang, just grazing freely and eating grass.
No idea what that means.
Horses.
Oh,
Horses. Yeah. I think Kale, you don't notice it for a moment, and then Taldra, you're the one that sees that, and then Kale, I don't even think you have to say anything. I think there's a moment after you follow his vision, look down the road, you can see a couple horses.
I gasp.
Oh,
Do you think that they belong to someone?
well, I don't see any harnesses. They're beautiful.
We have no use for them though. I would just leave Kek and Ozag behind if we ride off on a horse, no?
Oh, the chestnut looks rather strong. horse can carry a lot.
Do you think they know how to ride a horse? Did
No.
they not have issue with horse? This why they get kicked from their tribe or something?
I don't.
You don't know that.
Never talk.
Oh, we don't
about
know that?
No.
I thought you mentioned it in the character. Sorry, I don't know
never
that.
Want to talk about that?
I don't know. I
would
don't
break
think.
its back.
I did want to say one thing, and that is that Keck is acting a little strange.
I do not know how to work out if Kek is acting normal to be able to determine if he is acting strange. What to make you say it?
He's rather anxious, and he's talking less about food, and he's always looking after his hand, and just this morning I thought I saw the chains on his hand. I thought I saw them move.
He has abilities of the arcane. Perhaps this is just part of his strange magic, no?
That could be, although I don't know why he's acting so.
How is he able to
nervous.
cast spells, by the way?
What do you mean?
We were taught by the clerics he is not a wizard. There is no way he is a wizard. Is he a druid? What is he?
I don't know. I guess I thought he was a warlock, although I don't really understand them.
I don't understand them either. They usually are bad news, though, no? Aren't we told not to?
In the stories, yeah. Yes.
well,
Very bad news.
Necromancers and things, we are not allowed to let them in to the temple.
But Keck certainly isn't bad.
I hope not. They seem okay, I guess. The horses. What do we do?
I think we should approach them, see if they're tame. If they are, maybe they need us.
I'm not very good with the horses, you know.
I think Ozug and Keck catch up at this point. They kind of bump into the back of the both of you.
Did we have I assume, because it was sort of remote, that we had stables at the temple?
I think maybe not like official stables, but there was probably like a tying post outside. The way the temple was kind of built was it would go further into caves, like the caves behind the waterfall. And the front portion, this like marble covered front portion, would lead out to the waterfall itself, and allow the young from Valenti and the merfolk to dive into the waterfall. So horses wouldn't have really fit inside the caves. They would have had like a tying post outside.
Okay. Did we own any horses? Did we have horses to go down and get supplies, or?
Give me just give me a D20 real quick.
Okay. Whoa!
The fuck was
I have
that?
done that.
Didn't do it.
I have done that myself many a time. In the middle of a stream, grabbing a coffee. Ga-dong. Whoops.
Lucky number 7.
Yeah, I'd say no. I think maybe they thought you were a little too weak to ride on a horse at some point, and go for like a supply mission or something. Maybe they just wanted to. I imagine they kind of smothered you a little bit and
Yeah.
inside, and that's why they sent you out with Taldro. Is, you know, 2 birds with 1 stone. At least they don't have that on their conscience of you dying because you're
Sure.
so.
I don't
So
have a
I don't know how to
proficiency.
handle them either, but I am
No.
drawn to these horses.
I have a fucking -1 in animal handling.
You got this. I
And I
believe.
feel-
Oh, I have good animal handling.
I feel like based on my time in the fucking forest and my animal handling is on a -1, I'm probably aware. I'm probably aware that I have a -1 in animal handling.
You're just aware
So
that
I'm
like
sort of
squirrels
like-
don't like you.
Yeah, I think they always they run from me.
I've got a 4.
Yeah, well, I don't know about this.
Kale's just smiling from ear to ear about that white mare.
Keck and Ozug, I think you, like I said, you guys bump into the back of them. You can
I'm like,
immediately-
as soon as I hear, I'm like, can you ride a horse? Or are you too heavy?
Well, I mean, there was that one time with a big ass boar.
I think we crushed a horse once.
The horse was crushed, but the boar, if you find the boar, we could definitely potentially ride on the back of that.
Oh, look, there's horses there.
Oh shit, don't tell Keck.
Yeah, you see like a beautiful like brown, dark brown and like light brown speckled chestnut mare, and then there's just a all white, like Shadowfax style white Mustang.
I'm immediately going to try and get Keck's attention elsewhere off the horses. Like,
Oh, there's a squirrel. Look.
Immediately, Eldritch Blast.
I point you
Hold on, roll me a deception check first. Keck, give me a insight check.
To be honest, it's not going to take much. He would believe anything at this point.
Oh my god!
Natural 23.
Yeah, immediately give me the Eldritch Blast roll.
You point in the direction I'm going to fucking...
Oh my god.
There's
Gonna
a
hit you.
You set it off. You set it off. Immediately, it doesn't hit Ozug, but I think like as you go to, who's right arm and left arm again? I always forget.
I'm left arm.
I'm right.
Your left arm. Okay, so it's perfect. I think like as you go to send your Eldritch Blast, you just like, oh, you like punch him in the face by accident. The Eldritch Blast goes and flies off into nothingness. There was nothing there. You can see it kind of like spatter against the hillside and let some chunks of dirt. The horses, they let out like a whinny. I'm not going to attempt the whinny or a neigh as a human being. I'm not going to attempt that. I'm not a.
Yeah, you can at least
Do it.
try. Come on.
That was
That's the
good.
you hear the horses. You hear the horses react, and you Caldro and Kale. You watch them like scurry down They begin to gallop down the hill a little bit further. They go about like another like 30 to 40 feet away from you guys, and then begin to graze again.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh,
Why
What?
did you do that? Come on. You
I'm
have to
gonna
be
try
more
and
careful.
approach The
why
one
did he
one.
punch me?
Okay.
He punched you
Told
in
him
the
there was
head.
a squirrel.
You pointed. And so did I.
Keck,
I
you
pointed that
must be
direction,
more
not in my face.
careful.
Yeah, as you guys are talking, Kale begins to inch forward here.
I'm for sure very concerned about Keck punching Ozug in the face.
I think it doesn't take long to notice, I think, after the conversation that Kale has left again.
Oh, no.
But she's only a couple feet in front of you. I think, Kale, you get about 30 feet in front of these horses, the same distance away. What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to. Is there any like sweet grass? Is there anything around? I do have some animal handling that I would pick to offer them that they might not already have access to, or to at least show them like, I come in peace.
Horsey, I come in peace.
This is really it's the field that you're in here is like a decently tall grass, like it's up to your shins. You can see them eating it, so you can assume that they would like it. If you brought them some.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you just see Kale like rips a little bit. Are you gonna approach them?
I'm gonna approach them with my head slightly down and my the sweet grass held out.
Okay. Give me an animal handling check. I'll say with advantage because you have the food.
Oh, I need to roll that with you.
Yeah, you have to click the advantage thing.
Okay. How do I stop it from auto rolling? Because usually there's like a thing where you can say with advantage or disadvantage. Just roll it again.
Yeah, just roll it again. We'll figure it out after. It should auto do it on your sheet, but okay. As you take a couple steps forward, you see they notice you, and then as you hold out the grass, they look a little scared. You see their ears go back, and then their ears go up as you've got the grass out, and the Mustang starts to approach you with a very kind of cautious gait. You see him like picking at a couple of pieces as he goes by and stops for a moment, and then I hold up the sweet grass a little bit further, and he comes a little bit closer and starts to just kind of nom on the end. He takes one big bite and then steps a little bit back and chews.
I'm gonna
And then
keep my
comes forward
hand
for a
out.
second one.
Smell me and
Yeah. As he goes to finish the rest, you can feel his nose and his wet tongue as he starts to lick up the rest and just kind of nestles and cradles into your hand. I think you three technically too see this from afar now. Like as you guys are like, oh shit, And then, like, as you guys go to move forward, maybe, or even notice, you can see her with her hand already outstretched.
Oh shit,
If
she
Kale
has a
could
horse
glow,
now.
she's glowing right now.
Yeah, it lets you, like, it kind of, moves its nose and kind of lets you pet a little bit forward. And because you catch the ear, it lets out another, like, neigh as you kind of catch a spot. You can see its legs start to kick like a small bit and then lets down.
And the white one is a male?
Yeah. As you look underneath, you can see it's a male. The other one seems to be a male as well. It starts to approach as well and starts to, like, nudge you.
I'm gonna pick up more grass.
Yeah,
and, telling them they're
Good boys, good horses.
still a little like, oh my god, like these are amazing. I always want to be close to animals. And Kale has always known that about herself and always tries to get close to animals, but she doesn't really know why. But yeah, she's all about this.
Okay. Yeah, they start to, like,
them and
push each other out of the way, just like a small bit. Like the chestnut comes up and pushes its hand underneath, and the Mustang fights. I don't know if you put up 2 hands to pet them both, but
yeah, I'd be petting them both.
okay. Yeah, I think by the time, if you guys are walking over, it's up to you. But if you guys are walking over, by the time you'd get over, they'd be, like, nestled in, and I think you'd have, like, both of your arms around on their manes, and their faces are kind of staring towards the rest of the group. What are you guys doing, you three?
I think Keck is still looking out in the plains, maybe looking up the farther up the road and everything like that. Horses just don't really hold his attention too much.
Okay.
We do have a couple of mounts to ride on.
They're certainly tame. I wonder who let them go.
Do they look skinny? Do they look recently let go? Can I tell if they look like they're
Give me just another flat animal handling check. Just flat.
Oops. Okay, here we go.
Oh my god, what is with these fucking nat 20s and
These
nat
rolls.
1s?
I'm on fire or am I?
Yeah, I don't think you've spent long enough around horses to know, like, the exact ways to take care of one.
Sure.
But I do think even still with the nat 1, you can still tell, like, the mane, it hasn't been brushed there, and you can see the ribs a little bit.
Okay, they're getting skinny.
Yeah. Not. It still seems like there's a little bit of fat, but like I said, I don't think you would know the exact way, like, what their exact needs are. But you can tell they're maybe hungry.
Yeah. Yeah, and they were brave enough to approach, so they're certainly tame but hungry.
Taldra, I think it would be wonderful to ride them, because then I could go much further in a day.
You should
Even
ride
at a
one, yes.
walk.
I do not think I know how to ride a horse, though. Do you?
In my mind, I'm just like, of course. You just hold the mane and in Kale's mind, she's like,
I've seen people do it.
doesn't everyone?
Right? Yeah.
How do you not know how to ride a horse?
Good. I was like trying, like, word it out from when they rode a boar. I'm sure it'd be kind of similar to an extent.
Sorry, could you what?
So, like, he'll try and describe the whole, like, you hold them on the body here, and you kind of use your legs to.
Yeah. I think you could
tell them to go in a direction.
I think maybe you understand the general, like, idea. Hold on, did our stream just go down? Oh no, the Twitch stream paused for me for some reason. I think you get the general idea of how to ride like an animal. Like, yeah, you need a harness, and I think maybe you can explain the harness, but you would know immediately it's a totally different kind of harness. With boars having, like, low necks, dipped to the ground, they have to have something around the chest more. So you wouldn't know the specifics, but.
Well, maybe you're just you got to use your legs. You got to make them you guide them. You need to have strong legs at times.
I think it would be better if Kel ride a horse. We can bring the other one, yes. Perhaps when we get to this settlement, we can give it to them as an offering. Peace. And then the rest, we can walk. I do not want to ride a horse. I have not had a very good experience with animals. But Kel will benefit from it.
wants to ride this horse and feels like she might be able to actually move at a pace that's reasonable and for a longer distance. So I'm gonna ask Taldro. Taldro, would you give me a
yes. I just pick her up. As I'm picking her up, though, I stop and I'm like, don't break your neck.
all right.
I did not come back only to have you fall off a horse. I put her on the thing.
Okay.
Good Christian
give
boy.
me another animal handling check with advantage here.
Okay.
Yeah, just double roll it again. I think there's a setting in your sheet that I'll mess
Oh
with.
yeah. It let me.
I did.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. Oh, perfect. Okay.
I can see Kale's sheet from episode 1 still.
Horse.
Okay. Yeah. As you lift her up, are you going on the Mustang or the Chestnut?
The white one, the Mustang.
Okay, the Mustang. Okay. As you lift up, it seems at first it kind of like it can tell as you kind of hook the one leg over. Taldra, you can lift her up pretty easily, so you get enough where you can just kind of do you hook the one leg over in a weird, awkward position, and at first like it kind of bays a little bit and moves away. But in moving away, that's enough for you to like it pulls you away from Taldro, and you're just left on the horse. It doesn't seem to react to like it kind of it goes to go up for a moment. It doesn't seem to react too violently. Like it goes to go up to a moment rather, and then kind of goes back down and goes into a small gate around with you in a small circle. Still grazing, still eating some of the grass. Doesn't seem too bothered.
I'm gonna spend plenty of time talking to him in a soothing voice and petting kind of the neck and the mane, telling him that he's a good boy.
Yeah, it responds like in kind every time. As soon as you get up to the ear, you can feel it like whip back at you, and feel the tail like kind of smacking up its flank. Maybe not used to someone being on it, so it kind of smacks into you every moment, thinking that there's like a fly on its behind or something. But it's yeah, I think it takes a couple minutes, but you guys see Kale. You've got a hold of the tufts of the mane for now, and it doesn't seem too bothered.
I'm gonna give my rope to Ozug. Yeah, tie this around the other one. You are good with animals, no?
We can try. All right.
We can bring it with us. Either we find who they belong to and we can give them back, or we can take them to the town. Perhaps they will have some use for them.
We'll I was like, he's gonna try and make a lasso.
Okay. Give me a survival check. Just survival check. Okay. Okay. Give me an animal handling check as well. I think you craft a quick lasso. You test it. It's not entirely.
Oh God.
As you go to put it around, it seems really cautious. It keeps its head high and starts to like back away from you, not letting it put the rope over its head.
Do I see this?
Yeah. You catched it. It lets out like a whinny, whatever the fuck horses do when they're mad.
Ozug, feed it some sweet grass, and
Sweet grass.
right there, at your feet, the small white flowers.
Pluck up a couple, and just he put his arm through the lasso, and then as he's feeding, just like slowly, whilst kind of brushing the mane.
Yeah.
Pull it over.
Yeah. It lets you as you grab the food, put your hand through the lasso, kind of gets distracted for a moment by something, and then looks back and sees the food and starts to chomp a little bit, and you can gently, like as it's eating the food and as it begins to trust you a little bit more, you gently slide it over, continuing to pet it, and then slowly tighten it. And as it feels it tighten a little bit, it starts to move a little bit backwards, but you hold onto the rope and it submits after a couple of moments. Becomes tame and just starts to eat it again, realizing that it's not in any danger.
Okay. Now we have 2 horses to look after. Plus 4 mouths to feed.
There's plenty of grass, and they need us.
We are almost at the mountains anyway. Once we get to the mountains, it should be this place. It's near the foot of the mountains, no? I can't actually remember what the guy said to us where it was.
He said it was near the foot of the mountains, but you would have to dip into the valley a bit, if I'm not mistaken. I think he said it was in a small valley.
I assume that we're relatively near the mountains now, though, right? If they're only
yeah. Like as you guys are on this hill now, you can see the mountains kind of looming in front of you. They're much closer than they were a couple days ago. Seem to tower over you guys now. I think it's at the point now where you can't see up the northern ridges here on the map, because of these mountains blocking it off. You started to encroach into the actual mountain range. I can do the thing again if chat didn't see.
I think that's all.
Should we try and put the lasso over the other horse?
I do not know. Kale, do you need?
Kale, do you wish to ride bare bones or?
I am going to ride him,
and I'm gonna take him at a little, barely a trot over to Taldro.
Taldro, look.
Canter's over.
I could go much further. I think I'll call him Tallow. It's like Taldro, but he's very white.
They're grinning like a little kid.
Yeah, she's beaming.
What about the other one?
He should come too. After all, we found them together, and look how terribly thin they are.
Okay. Oh, are we still moving, or did you say it was night and we're done? We should rest.
I said before, probably before you guys would start to look for a place to rest. Dusk has come about. Still got maybe an hour left to travel, 2 hours left to travel in you guys.
Okay, let us continue. If we see anywhere good to rest, we will stop. What do these horses eat? Should we be looking for food for them, or?
They would normally be eating oats and grass and the occasional apple or carrot, but mostly they can graze until we get them.
So they can look after themselves then. Okay. Okay, let's go then.
All right. You guys set out again with the horses? Okay.
I think so. Is someone holding the? Is Ozug holding the? Nice. Okay.
I want no part of the horses because I will roll a natural 1 and kill myself. I just can't go through it again.
Gets kicked back of the head by a horse and died.
Flies 30 feet into the river and drowns.
Not walk behind the horse.
Let me just see this. Let me see this month out, please. God damn.
New month, new bread. It's fine.
But Taljo, do not walk behind the horses.
Okay, I will walk over there. I'm gonna fucking steer clear. I don't want to get too far away from Cal, but also I don't want to freak out the horse she's on. So I just assume that she understands how horses work and can ride them. I don't know that she doesn't know really how to do it.
Have any of you seen the GIF from Red Dead 2? Where the guy punches the horse and just kicks
and turns around and just
no
in the chest.
No, I saw Elohim lose his horse over a bridge and it just spiraled like a football.
I love that game.
Yeah, it glitched on the bridge or something and got stuck on the railing and it just flung itself over and then spiraled like a football.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
I'll brief Taldro as we're walking here.
Okay.
And never walk behind them, because they can't see behind them, and they do get spooked very easily at loud noises, and
I'm just gonna give him horse 101 as far as I understand it, which is mostly from books, but a good dab of intuition. Dog.
I'm acting very much like my real self in that I'm very wary and cautious of them. I fucking hate horses in real life. They freak me out.
Right, I made sure not to put a black horse in. Don't worry.
Thank you so much.
Only a white horse.
I'm looking at the fucking paladin oaths, right? And the bloody page with the oath of vengeance has a big old black horse image on it, and I'm like, oh no.
I think it's a short trip. You break the horses out into a canter, into like a short walk alongside you all. They seem unperturbed. Tallow seems to welcome your company and constantly like is arching his head back for more like head scratches and kind of get the feeling that they haven't ever really been loved or maybe paid attention to. It might be free horses. On this dirt road that you're all traveling, it's been kind of like you're coming up, and then on the right side there was going up the hill further, and on the left side was that little embankment that you'd set down to get the horses up. As you follow this dirt road a little bit further and you crest this hill, kind of met with this small valley that's created, where the plains continue, and then you see the tundra of the mountain start to take place and start to take over a little bit as you look up at the Thrall Peaks. A little bit off in the distance, yet again, is another campfire, about 100 feet away. What do you guys want to do? You guys looking for other places to camp? If you would like to, roll me a perception check.
Campfire.
I didn't know about that campfire yesterday, right? Or I did.
I think you would have had it pointed out.
Right.
Like they at least would have talked about it. It's not like you fell over and you went dumb, deaf, and blind for 20 minutes.
I just
so
didn't.
you would
Yeah,
have
I didn't
found
know if
out
they
about
actually
it.
mentioned it. 12.
If anything, Keck's not really looking at anything right now. He's actually starting to look a little brain dead.
Okay, and Keck was not interested in that fire yesterday, so I think if we all see that, I'm gonna actually ask Keck. Keck, do you look like you could use some rest? Would you like to investigate that fire, or avoid it?
Looking at the fire, is there like a wagon with it or anything like that, or is there just
Give me a perception check.
Sure.
Look a little bit closer.
Yeah.
Narrow your eyes.
Oh, damn.
And of course, the one thing that he doesn't give a shit about. Bam.
You don't see the wagon. You don't see the wagon because it's a little. Oh, I did say 100 feet, so you see it a little bit. But what you see more is the fire casting the shadow of this large, kind of blocky, wheeled, quote unquote, moving building. And then as you
moving,
as you focus a little closer, you can see there's a small outline of like a house. It's being contrasted a little bit because of the fire. It's kind of throwing off your dark vision, but
almost be like the same cart that I saw or that Keck saw like long time ago. What was it? Our first night. After we crossed the river.
Roll me an investigation check with disadvantage.
Fantastic. Disadvantage investigation, which is already gonna be nasty.
0. An actual 0. It's so weird.
You know, there's a legit reason as well, is because the fire is contrasting your dark vision. So it like imagine looking through like a gray and white like thermal scope, right? All you see is just like this white kind of splash against this building, and as you look a little closer, you can see its outline in the shadows, but you can't quite see the building itself.
Right.
It's like white kind of hot spot.
Do you see something, Cake?
Just a fire. Maybe cart, house, thing.
Are there tinkers in D&D? What would they be called? Traveling sales folk?
Like merchants?
Merchants.
Yeah.
Are there merchants?
Vendor NPCs.
I don't know if you call them tinkers or if that's like just
Tinkerers would be the gnomes.
Yeah.
I like people that do with like little tinkering with little gadgets and things. Yeah. It would be good if one of us could sneak over there and take a look.
Oh, let us sneak over.
We should not. No.
Yeah,
I grab him by like. I grab him
forward like he's about to.
I grab him by like the
grabs
seat
you
of the
before you
pants,
leave.
like no. Yeah, we wait. You sit down. You wait here with Kale, and I start taking off my armor.
Okay. Takes a couple minutes.
Uh-oh.
This will go well.
Does.
I think you guys.
What is happening, Keck?
Trust me, okay.
Keck versus naked Eltro.
This is where I have the Sephiroth music come in.
Okay.
Yeah, it takes a couple minutes, but
I think it takes
I think
fucking ages to take.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you.
chainmail medium armor is like 5 minutes.
This is heavy armor, I think.
Chainmail's medium armor.
You sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, plate's
Plate
heavy.
is heavy. Yeah, plate is heavy. Heavy is the one that takes like 10-20 minutes to get off.
Yeah.
The chainmail, you can just kind
Chainmail
of...
is heavy armor.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's the lowest one you can get. If I was wearing medium armor, I would have
Have
done
to see
myself a
this.
massive disservice because I'd be missing out on some AC.
This is where's Bilbo in the chat? We need our actual rules lawyer. Oh, it is. Yeah, heavy armor, AC 16. Okay. Yeah, I thought it was still in the medium. My
It's
bad.
a stealth disadvantage.
okay.
Does any medium armor give you stealth?
Oh, I'm thinking of a chain shirt. Thank
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
Inspector
yeah.
D&D. Apt name. Okay, so it takes a little bit longer. But I think as you start to take off your armor, you guys get the idea of like just how much Taldra was hurt as well. Like as you take off the cloak or whatever you're wearing, you see the splits in the links of armor. You probably should get it repaired soon.
I need to get a new one of these.
You can see the there's like lashes and like large blood spatters on the tunic he's wearing as he takes it all off. And you're sneaking over to that camp?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna. So I'll put back on because I have normal clothes that go with it, like the hood and my boots and probably some crap trousers, and I'll put those back on and I'll. Do you have another weapon on you that's not a fucking great hammer or a great axe? Anyone else?
I got a
Oh yeah,
I
can
got a
lend you
club and a dagger if you want it.
A dagger?
a light crossbow or a mace.
A mace.
Yep.
I'm going to borrow this. I'll take the mace
I hand it over.
because
Of course.
I don't think I want to be carrying a big thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I'll probably I'll do something and Jay will be like, you have forgotten that you have to manually carry that. I don't trust
You're over cucumbered, good sir. Sorry.
I don't trust this new incarnation of Jay that is just a fucking psychotic underling of Wax Steven.
Yeah, wax
So yeah, and then I'll put my hood back on, pull it down over my face again, and I'll turn to the others and say, if it all goes wrong, I'm sure you'll be able to work it out from the noise, but
Make a sound of a horse.
oh, you will hear the sound. If it goes wrong, listen for the thunder crack. Okay, I'm going over there now. I'm gonna grab the mace and sneak over.
Okay.
Heck is actually looking in the sky if there's any clouds or anything like that. He's actually like,
Yeah, there are a couple.
Yeah, what time is it?
I'd say you're getting close to about like 7 p.m.
Okay.
So, especially
It's kind of dark.
night has definitely
Yeah.
set. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's another full moon. A couple clouds passing over. And you're walking over, Taldra?
I'm sneaking over.
All right. Give me a stealth check.
what a sneaky boy.
Now, I don't have my armor on. I guess that doesn't give me any bonuses, but it doesn't give me disadvantage.
Doesn't give you disadvantage. That's true.
And in my heart of hearts, my DM sense tingling, I feel like this isn't anything bad. I feel like this is good, but I do kind of want to use my inspiration here, but I feel like I should save it. But
Well,
if
you
it-
can roll. I don't. After I tell you if you fail or succeed. So roll first and see.
All right.
We're not doing wine. You don't have to have the luck dice on the roll.
18.
18. Okay. All right. Yeah. So you begin to. Don't worry. I rolled in that one. As you begin to creep over, I think there's a. You hear the roar of this this fire after a little bit here. You all see Taldra just kind of disappear over the hill, and then reappear a couple moments later, like a couple of minutes after, outside of the range of this campfire. Your dark vision kind of switches back to regular as you get a little closer, Taldra, and you can see like a small gnomish figure sitting around the campfire. He seems to like bring a drink up to his mouth, and he pounds it back, and then you see him kind of go off to his caravan for a moment. You hear maybe like a bang or two, and then like and comes back out with a full cup, and you begin to see.
This is a house, not a movie.
It's a you can see a cart past the fire. Yeah. And he begins to. He begins to sing. You catch him singing down by Watermelon Bay, where the watermelons grow. Back to my home, I dare not go.
Pulling him up.
For if I do, he continues, my mother will say, have you ever seen a rake eating a snake down by the bay? So he like cracks another one. He pours the entire mug down. What do you do?
I would like
this at the back.
to.
No, you guys wouldn't hear it. It's like 100 feet away. I think you'd hear maybe like the crescendo, like a little bit of something echoing, but you wouldn't know what it was.
We know what Finbar he's from.
I will sit patiently for a few moments.
Yeah.
And I will use my
Keeps going.
divine sense.
Okay.
Which is probably going to be useless here, but the presence of strong evil registers on your senses like a noxious odor and powerful good rings like heavenly music. As an action, you can open your awareness to detect such forces. Until the end of your turn, you know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet of you. That's about it. So I'm just going to sit there and just... why didn't I use this before? When I'm thinking about the master dude.
Okay.
Let me see. Okay.
I think as you activate, how do you think this manifests? Like, how do you think something rings true that it's evil or bad?
I don't know anymore, but it used to be that I would concentrate very much on my surroundings, and whenever I have had the sense of good or something nice and celestial, I hear the sound of a waterfall very clearly.
Okay.
Whenever I hear the sound of something evil, it's like the sound of like trees being destroyed and deforestation kind of thing, just like a like a rumbling, terrifying rumbling, and so it's all based on sound. So now I don't know, but I know that I think even if it changes innately, I will be able to work it out. So I just close my eyes and concentrate for a few seconds. Normally I would send a prayer up to Eldath, but I don't do it today. I just try and do it using my own innate.
Just try and use it.
Because now I don't know who the fuck to pray to. I don't know if that knocks out all my paladin skills or not for a while, but I'm just gonna. I'm gonna say okay. Let's see.
No,
I've not done this for a while.
I think it manifests the same, right? That's how you've taught yourself over the years to detect it. So I think it manifests the same. It might feel a little different, might take a little bit more for you to grasp onto a little bit. I think as you focus, you can hear him sing down by the bay where the watermelons grow. Back to my home, I dare not go. Or if I do, my mother will say,
Okay.
have you ever seen a bear
All right.
eating a hare? And then you get like a that waterfall sense, not from him, but from something, I'd say about like 45 feet above you.
Above?
Celestial, a good celestial, as it, you can hear like the, as you like draw your eyes up, you see like a large winged figure as it passes by and then quickly exits your quote unquote vision.
Fuckers, I guess. God damn it.
But nothing rings out from Buddy singing.
Okay, I'm definitely confused for a moment, and then I'll stand up and say, "Excuse me, I come in peace."
Oh, who goes there? Who's that?
I'm gonna step in.
You better show your face there, but oh my God, it's an orc! And he like pulls out his sword immediately. Back you sloppy orc! I swear to God, I'll take you down and don't even. I swear to all the gods that are available.
Throw my mace in front of me, hands in the air, and I say, "Look at what I'm wearing."
Oh, you're half naked, bud. Where'd your clothes go?
I usually wear armor. I am unarmed now. This is the pattern of Eldath. I am a temple guardian.
All right.
I like turn around my hand. I've got 2 rings on. I show him the Eldath ring.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who's with you. Who's back there? Bunch of bandits?
No, nobody is here now, but my party is a little ways away.
Yeah. Oh, your party, yeah? Yeah, a roving band of bandits, huh? Bet it's another one of the Blazing Thorns come to take my loot away. Yeah, you can't trick me that easily there, buddy.
What are you doing here, sir?
I am enjoying a fine night, partaking in some good wine, and, heading up to Peak Cliff. What about you there, evil bandit? No gooder?
I'm
gonna eat him.
Still holding the sword against you.
I am traveling east to a settlement. We wanted to check that you were not a bandit yourself. We'll leave you in peace. Just one more question. The wine that you are drinking, what is it?
It's a Sprigbark wine from Peak Cliff. Why do you ask?
Sprigbark wine?
Yeah.
From Peak Cliff. I would be willing to trade with you. I have some Finbar local wine. It's all I have on me.
What do you have?
A
What do you
bottle
got
of
to trade?
a bottle of Finbar local wine for your Peak Cliff.
Finbar wine? Which one? We talking Finbar or Finbar?
Finbar.
All right. Where's your party?
They are a little ways over there. You may be a little concerned with my appearance. One of them is a two-headed ogre. I assure you he is house trained.
His eyes go what? Yeah, but what? What do you mean? How do you house train an ogre? Well, hold on there. Why don't we just pump the brakes a bit there, bud? Let's talk about this.
We are a ragtag group. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Is me. I look quite terrible. I was in an accident yesterday. We have a quite domesticated two-headed ogre, and we have a very, very wonderful cleric of Eldath. She is an elf.
Yeah, right. Okay, we'll bring the ogre. If they get rowdy, they're gonna have to sit on a leash outside the camp. Yeah.
Yes, one of them is relatively well-mannered. The other one can be a little uncouth. So, but he responds very well to food and bribes. So.
Okay. Well, I mean, Barnaby's got a lot of food. If you've got the gold, call him over. Why don't you? We can share the fire, sing some old gnomish songs.
You like gold?
Of course, I'm a traveling merchant. I love gold, my friend.
And do you sell things?
Oh, heck yeah, bud. We do.
Oh, I have heard of this, trading. We have much gold. We will come to you and buy things, yes?
Right. He still looks a little wary, but you can see like his eyes go wide as you say, oh, wait, we have much. Yeah, just like one moment. And he goes into the cart for a moment. You can hear the door close behind him. You see the door close behind him and see it like moving a small bit as he's searching for something here. It bangs. Hey, just one more minute, bud.
Yes.
Couple more bangs, and as he opens the door, you get like a light shone right in your face. He's got a bullseye lantern. You can see he's got this bullseye lantern. He's right here. Take this so I can see where you're going.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. See you in a few.
My name is Taldro.
Nice to meet you. Pleasure. I'm so sorry there, but goes and like holds out his hand. My name's Barnaby Whittleston. How are you doing today?
Very well, yes. No, not very well. Okay, better than I was doing this morning, kind of, I suppose.
It's
a
very
hear. Long story. I'm really not sure if you are asking me if you want the truth. I can tell you the whole thing, but we will be here for a long time. It's been a very long day.
We can share some stories around some wine and a campfire.
Oh, yes, wine.
As long as you're not murderous folk, that is.
No, not
right.
unless you are trying to murder us. We'll try and murder you. That is how self-defense. But we are very good people for the most part, I think.
I am but a humble merchant, my friend. I would not dare take up arms against you.
Right. I'm gonna pick
like
up
still holding his sword.
I'm picking up the mace. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. He like reacts like. Okay.
Don't be too jumpy around the ogre, okay?
Right.
They are very well mannered. If you are very well mannered, if you do hold up things or quick movements, they might a little bit try and eat you.
Okay. Yeah. Well, listen, gnomes aren't for eating. Listen, I'm gonna set up some. How long do you think it'll go take you to get your party?
I'm just gonna whistle. I can't do that kind of whistle, and it'll probably fuck the mic up and kill you. So I do the big whistle, and I just start shining the lamp over towards.
Oh my god!
Towards them.
Whoa, boy! What are you doing? What are you doing? Who are you calling over? What are you calling over? A whole army of
You're telling me
orcs?
what?
What's going on? What are you whistling for? Who are you calling over? What's he like starts to like.
I'm just gonna like hold the lamp up and then point at the giant fire he has. They can see this. All of the people you are worried about, they can see this. We can see it from far away.
Yeah, well, a man's got to keep warm, you know.
Yes, well, we saw it last night too. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, you can see. You hear a whistle, and I think it catches all of your attention. And then you hear your names, and you see this light by the fire kind of waving.
It's time for us to go. Come on, horsey.
Ride my horsey over.
Okay. It takes a couple moments, and Barnaby's talking your ear off for a couple moments. Better not be no roving band of orcs or no mercenaries or murderers, no do-gooders. I swear to God.
Not with us.
I think you see,
and then the
they come into the light first, and he goes white.
It is
is that them? Is that what we were talking about?
Yes. At first we thought the same thing. We thought they were going to eat us and kill us. It's okay. It's okay. They are perfectly fine. Sometimes, most of the time. Most of the time.
Oh, looks like there's a half elf you mentioned.
Yes, this is Kale.
My name's Barnaby. Please don't eat me, buds.
This is Kale. Yeah, this one is Kek. This one is Ozug.
If you piss him off.
Just waves all.
Yeah. As you guys
man
approach.
Is a merchant. He wants some of our gold, and he will sell us things. Perhaps we can.
Oh, what does he have?
I don't know. He has this very nice lantern. I hold it towards Ozug.
I pick it up off him.
I give the mace back to Kale.
I close it a little.
Did you bring my stuff? Okay.
We'll be right back. Hold on.
I'll just head off and get it. I have dark vision too.
You left it on the horse or something like that, but nope, you dropped it on the floor.
I have to go and find all my things on the ground.
Oh man.
He will be right back. He may be covered in mud.
Yeah. Okay. We're real well, right? Yeah. Okay. Hi. I'm Barnaby. How's?
Hello, Barnaby. I'm Kale. I can't come over there until I can tie my horse. Ozug, do you have any more rope?
Oh, I've got a picket right around the back of the cart. You can tie it on. It's a real tough sucker. Don't worry about it.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
And all.
Okay, come on.
Come on, Dello.
I'll go with them and tie them up.
Okay. Yeah. You sorry. Yeah. You quickly tie them up.
No, Kek, under, not over. Oh, Kek.
Oh, don't walk behind him.
All right. So you tie up the horses real quick.
Horse was to kick acid with tickle.
Yeah, the horses seem a little bit worried. Like every time there's like a couple moments where a large log will like unsettle in the fire and let out a large crack, and they'll you'll see them jump back. But you guys tie them to this small. It looks like a hitch, like on the back of a truck, but on the back of the cart there's like a large pole, goes up about 4 feet, a couple inches thick. It's sturdy enough to hold a horse. And he's right there. Yeah, just tie him up. All right. Would you, fellow adventurers, like some wine?
Oh,
Do you not have ale? Oh, you know, harder stuff.
Yeah, you do, but unfortunately that would require me to dip into my sales reserve there, so that would cost you a pretty penny there, my friend.
I'm just gonna throw loads of gold on the ground in front of him.
Yeah, it's like you walk back in. How much do you throw in front of him?
I only have 7 gold, so I'll just throw all 7 on the ground in front of him.
You like just throw it in front of the fire. Well, yeah, that'll buy you a keg.
There you go.
Maybe that lantern if you so desperately need it.
Need an entire keg. Actually, before that, do you have anything for horses? Oats, apples, carrots?
I do have some apples. I do. Let me check real quick.
There's not an orchard nearby. We could probably just pick some.
Yeah, no, I've got a couple again from the sales supply, so you're gonna have to buy it, but that is available to you, my friends. I do have some apples as he goes into the back of the cart, technically the front, rather. Opens up two like French doors, and starts to dig in a little bit, and he pulls out like 3 or 4 apples. Yeah, this would run you about 2 silver if you need them.
That's great. Anything else? I don't suppose you have hay, or oats, or feed bags, or any kind of tackle.
No, unfortunately, I don't have any of that. Closest saddle you could get to would be probably up in town. Unfortunately, I don't carry any of those.
That's
do have.
all right.
I'm already polishing the apples and
Yeah.
cheerily walking back toward the horses.
He takes. Make sure to mark off 2 silver. He takes it from you.
Sure.
And
Does
say
he have
you.
anything on the fire, by the way, like food wise or anything?
No,
Just
doesn't have anything.
fire. Okay.
Yeah, just fire. He said, "Well, so say, are you all hungry?" Speaking of apples.
You mentioned food around this one. He's always hungry.
Mm-hmm. He looks at Talger. Okay, I see which one you're talking about. All right, yeah.
He just smiles all big. Like they were talking about me a little bit.
He like looks back, sneaks Talger a look like. I've got plenty of food in here. I have no problem breaking bread with some fellow travelers and of course customers. Because he pulls out some actual bread, takes a couple. You see him take a couple of stalks of corn, takes a pot out from the very back. And the Taldro, was it? Would you mind going on the other side there and opening up the door next to the horses and grabbing me some spices?
Yes,
They're flecks of things in the jars if you haven't seen them before.
Yes, this.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that right there. Yeah. Okay.
More.
And then 2 more, the white one and the black one.
The white one.
Call it salt and pepper.
Black one.
Keck is
salty,
just
yes,
like
yeah.
like
All
a
right.
curious dog, like looking around the corner. Just
Takes out like a small spit, like a enough to put the pot on. Do you have any water by chance? Any of you, Claire, can you make water?
As I'm walking back over,
Actually, I was going to ask you if you had a pot or any water for the horses.
Oh, I've got a bowl I can put out. Got a couple water skins, yeah, but he like looks at the
there a
mountains.
creek nearby?
There's the river. That's about the Jade River is the only one.
how far away is that? Is that?
About a 6-hour travel from you guys
okay,
now.
okay.
Yeah, it's about 2 hours ish from your last campsite. You guys have gone a little bit further. It dips in a bit, but
Okay.
actually, might be actually a little bit more, like a day and 6 hours travel. It's, in the other
I
tile.
think
Hmm.
I'll say,
Well, tomorrow I could make water.
because I would have to,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah, right. That's perfectly fine. I understand it. Don't worry. I've got a couple of water skins. He like looks up at the mountains, looks back at the cart. Yeah, I've got enough. We can spare some. And he pops out a water skin, gives you a bowl full of water. You take these over to the horses. They'll love it. Let me.
Turns to Cal.
Wait, you can make water?
Well, I can, but I have to concentrate on it overnight, and then the next day I can make some water.
Can all clerics make water?
Well, I did hear tell of one once who traveled an entire desert, and he couldn't, and never learnt to.
Stupid story. They told me the same one.
It sounds
I'm
like a
walking.
stupid cleric that he's unable to make water. I mean, water is everywhere, no?
A desert story. Story set in a
I love your
desert.
time,
with a
Chief.
cleric.
Story
Can't
anyway.
make
It's
Absurd
certainly not
concept.
true.
And I'm gonna head back over to the horses and put my my blanket on one of them, and then come back and ask if I can borrow a blanket.
Does anyone have a blanket for the chestnut?
I genuinely don't.
I do have a winter blanket actually.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
You know,
May I borrow it? We can sleep near the fire, but they can't.
just pulls it out. It's like rolled into a ball. It's just
That's
It's a little
awesome.
grimy, a
ball.
little musty, but it's like a basketball size
kind
thing.
of wiping it off and
out.
everything. Like that. It's a little dirty and everything. It just passes
There's
out
a
like
bathroom.
busy with the
Thank
ball.
you, Keck. That's very kind.
And I'll spread it over the chestnut and then head back.
So here, let me prepare this. He starts to prepare a pot, fills it up with a couple of his water skins. You see him curse as he like uses 3, I think, to fill up the pot, but throws in a couple shucks of corn, and then on a rack underneath the pot, puts out what looks to be 2 like birds onto the fire on a rack. He's all right. Well, there's food settled. That'll be done. As he starts to like sprinkle some of the things he'd asked you to get, Talendor. He sprinkles the salt, pepper on it. Puts a couple of you see him putting a couple of herbs on it. Takes like a couple fresh sprigs of something nearby and puts it in the pot with the corn. And so, what's your story?
Kek is just eyeballing the stove the entire time.
Perhaps Ozag and Kek's story would be more interesting than ours.
Well, I'm all for trading stories for food. Big guys, how did you 2 end up with an orc and a half elf?
I am a
Said
half
you're
orc.
RagTags. That's right true. You guys look like you got the shit beaten out of you.
Yeah, I
It
thought
feels the
just
same
about
way.
we were just beating the shit out of literally just a day ago.
Yeah.
Don't even remember. Feels like weeks, months.
This one tried to eat them.
Tried to eat you, yeah? Like immediately his eyes goes a little
I'm
wide.
joking. I'm joking.
Oh, okay.
Kek was actually thinking like, did I?
Hey, man,
I didn't.
all right. I'm a burly
No,
2.5 feet tall.
everyone
okay?
thinks we tried to eat them.
Yeah, everything's gonna eat me.
Most
Not
of
a
the
tall guy.
time, the ogres, they try and eat people, though. You have to understand. I have encountered many ogres, and you are the only one who has not tried to eat me. Or
I
at
look at
least-
him from like top to bottom, just thinking of him. He's thinking to himself like,
Or at
nasty.
least not made a serious attempt to try and eat me.
They're not filling Barnaby in, so I'm going to tell him.
We got into rather a bad scrape with some fungus just yesterday.
Some fungi. Wow. Can
Keep
say weren't
after
fun
us.
guys, huh?
Oh,
Huh?
Oh no.
Ah.
Oh no, no,
No.
no.
actually, can I have?
Ozog's
some of
soul
that
is
wine?
dying a little inside.
All of a sudden,
I'm
Kek
asking-
is
Oh, yeah,
doing
wine.
this
Yeah,
again.
Passes over the flask of wine.
I'm straight up triggered by the joke, so I'm just like,
Sorry, bad crowd. Okay.
Bad crowd.
What?
back out too
set up
soon.
by fungi though? What's like
Have
a
you ever
mushroom
seen
attack?
those-
Kayla's
folks-
uncharacteristically chugging.
Yeah.
'Cause she's like,
Yeah.
Taldro's alive. This is great. Like, we
Yeah.
have horses.
Have you seen those books that the weird elves make at times? The fungus with the long tentacles and such.
Oh, yeah, I visited a shop in Othrondi, had a very particular customer like that. Hentai,
Yes,
I believe they called it. Yeah,
Oh, I did not know it had a name.
yeah, the
Well,
elves have a name for it.
basically, underneath it, was underneath a tree into a cave. Many, many tentacles, and
Wow.
At that moment, just like like PTSD flashes over his face, like,
many tentacles.
Yeah, sounds like a bother.
I'm just like
Taking a-
staring at
a
the dude with
deeper
all my
swig.
fucking lash wounds over my face with the pure
I'm
lacerations.
gonna
Yeah.
pass the flask to Taldro.
It's a good wine. It's the same wine Igor is
Sprig
serving.
bark,
Sprig
yeah.
bark,
I
yeah.
do
we
the
remember
same
it.
thing. I'm like chugging for a whole other reason though. Like
Yeah.
Kale's celebrating, and I'm just like drown the sorrow.
Yeah, you all look rough, especially you, big guy. Nods to Taldro. What happened to your face?
Tentacles.
That's it. Tentacles. Yeah.
There were a lot of them. Before I knew it, they were all around. I have a bit of a temper sometimes. Sometimes I get a little fury of battle. Get a little lost. I got a little overwhelmed. Thankfully, we have a very large, strong, powerful ogre with us who saved my life, dragged
Great.
me out of there with my friend here, a cleric who kept me alive.
My tongue's loosening up a little bit, and I say,
No, normally I can talk him out of it, but you see, was rather almost dead myself.
Wow.
It was.
I had to help stabilize her.
It was a little rough. We were in over our heads.
Jeez. Yeah, that sounds like a whole buttload. Wow.
How do
Crazy
you
that you all made
survive
it out alive?
How do you survive on the road by yourself?
Very carefully, you know. I'm a gnome. I have some of that gnomish temper, you know. Been in a bar fight, pretty similar situation where there was a bunch of people and I just dove into them, just gave her.
Oh, it's been a long time since Ozok has been in bar fight.
Yeah, this one was a long time ago as well, back when I was 42. Got into a bar fight, the only fight I've ever been in. But let me tell you, I gave him. I sent her.
Get into bar fight?
I sent her, as they would say. And I had the same look about me, beaten up, mashed to pieces. But no, I keep myself protected with this. And he brings out his short sword. You hear, with this. It's you know.
That's a nice.
Very nice weapon.
Looks like a pretty basic short sword, like I just bought it from a general store. Yeah,
I felt like you wanted a
Is it
compliment.
almost like
Yeah.
knife size? Is it like gnome size where it's like a knife, or is it more of like?
It's like Sting.
That's not a knife.
It's like Sting. It's like
Sting.
Sting.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. To him it's like a long sword, but in actuality it's like a dagger. Yeah. It's held me well through many a bandit I fought off. It looks clean. Not a single notch in it.
Trading stories. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Wow.
So-
Do you have any more sprig bark?
Of course. Unfortunately, this is no longer my private reserve. I'm gonna have to charge myself. And he pulls out
Okay.
like 1 gold. I'll need a couple others if you would like to partake.
Certainly.
And I'll hand him over some. How much gold?
It's 5 gold total, so he pulls out 1 himself.
Sounds good.
You hand over 4, yeah?
Yep.
All right. Thank you very much, kind lady. He puts it in a small, like you hear a clink as he puts it in the doorway of his cart. Yeah. All right. Well, he pulls out a slightly larger flask. Would say we eat and then retire. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
sounds good.
Yeah. It's a shame the big one that eats a lot isn't here right now. He'd love to.
He's
He
fallen
starts to.
asleep.
Oh yeah. He starts to pulls off grabs like a small pair of tongs, pulls off one of the birds, hands it over to you, Taldro and Kale, and says, yeah, just split it up, take a leg, pass it along. You might want some gloves. It's a little hot.
I don't have gloves. I'm
I'll
eating it,
just
but
eat
like,
some of the corn.
it stings. It cuts
Yeah,
on my
yeah,
lips.
you're gonna need it. Okay, hold on. He
That's
pulls
the
out like a
salt.
handkerchief. Pulls out like a handkerchief and passes it. We're passing out the food right now.
Okay.
Wraps it a little bit and then hands another one over to you, OK, and Ozug or Kek and Ozug. You guys get a bird with a pair of tongs, and then goes and starts to take out the corn, puts it next to you. Yeah, dig right in. Yeah, it's delicious.
Just give me a big tankard.
Right. He passes over the wine flask first to you. It's just a large, like about this big wine flask that he passes over to you, Ozug. The one that you just saw Kale, quote unquote, purchase from him. And he says, dig in, my friends. Thank you so much for breaking bread over this fire.
Thank you.
Starts to pass out some bread himself. And
How much would it cost for another flask?
you would have seen that Kale paid 4 gold. He put up 1, so 5.
It's a 5.
Okay, here's 5. Get another one.
He's gonna chug the whole thing whilst Kek eats the.
Wow.
bird.
Okay.
I was about to say that the bird's already in his hand. He's just like,
Yeah.
he doesn't want to like full on bite it. He's just like nibbling it like he's a
Yeah.
gerbil.
Yeah, do you guys even eat the bones? Do you just eat the whole thing?
Right, I think
They're more
occasionally.
like chewing.
It really,
chewing
it's
fire.
almost like
If
gnawing
it gets
on it.
in the
like,
way,
like-
you're just gonna
okay.
swallow it.
He's like a
Imagine
dog
like-
where he gnaws on it.
How my like dad eats chicken wings. He just does the thing where he puts it in the mouth and goes,
I don't know
and
how
then it
people
comes
do-
out. I have no idea, man.
Wait, you've never done that before?
No, I couldn't do
I
it.
can't do it either. Even
Dude, when I
try.
eat chicken wings, man, there's a lot of chicken left.
I have no comment then.
Exactly, me too.
I just feel real bad.
got
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and save myself.
Yeah, so I think we get a moment of like Keck with the and just pull out the bone and gnawing on
Pretty
some
much,
bones.
yeah. Anything that's edible, he will
Yeah.
be chewing, munching everything. Like he's
Oathbreaker's kind of gonna like rip. You just like rip the other half of the bird off as it's in Keck's mouth. Yeah, you guys have a feast, probably the best meal you guys have had since you were at Igor's last. Living off of rations, which, speaking of which, it would have been another 15 for the day here. As you guys are trying, or sorry, 10, my bad. Because lunch and then dinner. You guys already did breakfast.
I'll knock off 2.
Yep.
Getting down there. And probably using our last water skin since he didn't have a ton of water.
Yeah, these would be your guys' last water skins. These would be the 5 that you have filled.
So yeah, I'll just eat some corn and probably a little too much wine.
Yeah, I think the hours pass on. Barnaby continues to talk about a couple of escapades that he's had in between Peak Cliff and Finbar, and tells you a little bit more of the surrounding area. He explains, oh yeah, that black dragon, that's known as that's Nesmus. I don't know if you guys saw it, but that fucker, he likes to patrol.
Looks in the direction as he nods. Just
There's
Does he start fires?
Yeah. There's been a couple fires that the Oak and Roost clan, which you guys would know as a small like druidic clan, that they have to come and put it out sometimes. But for the most part, yeah, he wreaks his destruction from somewhere within the mountains. I avoid him every single time. Whenever I see that sucker coming off the mountain, he does a flyby sometimes. I just jump into whatever cave I can. Don't care what's in there. Don't care what I'm running from. Better than him.
Well, but all your stuff, do you just leave it out in the open, or?
Well, I try and hide it as best I can. There was one time I had to leave the cart behind. Was really scared that he'd burn it to a crisp, but thankfully I pumped the brakes just behind a tree. I'm pretty sure he flew over it and he couldn't see it on the canopy, so got lucky there. But Nesmus is a plague upon these plains, let me tell you that. And those goddamn wolves, well. What was that?
Is there a bounty for his head?
Rather close.
No, but there's probably a bounty under his head, if you know what I mean. He's been here forever. This dragon that big's got to have a hoard.
Treasure.
But yeah, treasure probably as tall as the peaks themselves there as he looks over at the mountains. That sucker's been around a while.
We are going to want to avoid him on the plains. We do not want to fight him, Ozark.
No, of course.
Not right now, but maybe in the future.
You can come back another time.
Yeah, good luck if you plan on taking him down.
If Keck is done eating, I'm gonna try and look at his hand.
He's still just
gnawing on the bone. Yeah, Barnaby there's a moment, good timing, where he starts to bite into his corn. He kind of looks at the fire a little pensively after talking about Nesmus. As you look over, you can see the chain as he's lifting up, and you don't see it move again, Kale, but
yeah, Keck's not paying attention at all, so
yeah,
just looking into the fire. Just
food. What do you want to do?
Keck, how does your hand feel?
Fine.
Do you mind if I have a look?
Okay. Just hands open. Just right there.
I'm gonna touch the chain, look at it, whatever I need to do to discern what may or may not be wrong with.
Okay. Yeah. Roll me an investigation check as you look over his arm.
Investigation.
I think the more she pokes and prods at the chain in particular, he starts noticing what she's actually looking at.
Yeah. She starts to survey. I think you just start to run both of your hands up, maybe tracing the chains and seeing if you like when you press here and like the fingers, they come forward. You do that you reflexively a couple times, like flex your hand, and with each time you see the chains move with his muscles, and you can immediately differentiate. What you saw earlier was not the chains moving with his muscles. With each the forearm, for sure it wasn't that.
I got a 5 investigation.
Yeah, there's not much that you can read from it, but
how about a medicine look at it? Are there any? Is it because at one point it was bleeding. Are there no wounds
his
left?
hand was bleeding. Yeah.
Oh right, I
You
cut
can
it.
see
I
the
cut my hand. I forgot about
The
that.
cut on his hand. Yeah.
That he-
I think that's probably scabbed over by now. It's a pretty deep cut as well, but it's scabbed over. I think you can see it's like just maybe that much open, covered in scab across his hand. As far as that, he looks pretty beaten. There's a couple slashes from the what's they're called, the fungi, but nothing out of the ordinary. Now that you look a little closer.
Since he seems to be keeping this close to his chest, like he's not sharing any of this with us,
Mm-hmm.
and he seems like paranoid and stuff, I'm just gonna let him know what I saw, and I'm just, I thought earlier today I saw the chains move on your arm, not your arm, but the chains themselves.
Looks at it and just goes like this, and just starts like doing like the muscle flexes
flexing,
and almost
yeah.
like that one SpongeBob episode.
I know, yeah. Where he gets
Exactly like that. Yeah. It just starts like, woo.
That's the thing, Kek. Not at all like that. By themselves. I saw it moved. I thought it was
looking at her and like looking at the glass that she like already drank a little bit and like
I think you would know they've moved on their own beforehand, but
They
definitely.
were moving. Right.
It was before this.
And she lets out an involuntary hiccup.
Barnaby. I'm gonna stand up.
Yeah. What do you need?
I was wondering what his name was gonna be.
Barnaby.
I say, you ever see anything else fly around above?
Yeah. There's a couple of chimeras that have taken roost. Little
saw
to
that.
to the
Anything
southeast.
else?
No, never seen anything else other than that. Nothing flying above. Birds, probably a glider or two from Peak Cliff, but nothing serious.
Okay.
Aside from a adult black dragon, though, that's pretty crazy. I mean, that's as serious as you get. He breathes acid.
I'm gonna pick up my great hammer, put it on my shoulder. I will take first watch. And then I'm gonna walk away from the camp and start just wandering around in a perimeter.
Okay.
I just kept an eye on like did it look like Teldro like actually looked up in the air at all, like when he walked away at all? Like task edit about the air in particular is
I mean, yeah, you would have looked up at the sky, right?
More than
You would
anything.
have looked up the sky, right?
I would have, yeah. I mean, I'm doing a watch now, so I'm looking everywhere.
Yeah, like as I figure maybe as Barnaby's describing it, Talger probably would have instinctively looked up.
Keck would have been just neck would have snapped so quick.
Yeah. Okay. So Taldro takes the first watch, and Barnaby's yeah, okay, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Do you want me to take a watch, or would you four mind handling it? I can leave you an extra flask of wine for whoever's keeping watch.
Deal.
That sounds worth it.
Little
That
payment
was
for
easy.
protection. I do like that myself. And he goes, pulls out it. Oh, wow, that's my last one. Someone's gonna be pissed. And he goes over and he gives it to Ozai. Right, appreciate meeting you so much. Please do not murder me in my sleep. I am but a small, defenseless, helpless gnome. And
You gave us wine. Protect.
And
I was gonna
food.
say ale, but
that is a blessed deal, my friends. I would cherish this now. I'm gonna retire. Feel free to put out the fire when you need. See you in the morning.
Thank you, Barnaby.
Of course.
Night.
Of course. Good night. Good night. Have a good one. And if you see my my oxen come back, just tie him up. He's out.
Oxen.
Yeah.
Oh, is he
Yeah.
crazy?
Bigglesby the oxen. Yeah, he's a great guy. Great little fella. He's getting old, so if you see a couple gray hairs, that's definitely him. But he knows his way back. He'll come back.
Would he be spooked by the horses?
Yeah, probably. Just try and tie him up as best you can. And he steps in. He doesn't close the door as you say something. Yeah.
Well, just for the horses' safe
from him.
Oh yeah, he's an oxen. He's only got horns like 3 feet long. Don't worry. I mean, if he gets angry, just tie him up on the other side of the cart. And worst case scenario, they shake the cart to death with me inside it tonight. Who knows?
Oh, right. Good night, Barnaby.
Good night. And door shuts on the cabin. Anybody doing anything before they head off to bed? Or you guys just making your beds?
Killing the DM. It's fine.
Yeah. I'm gonna go check on the horses, and if I run into Taldro, I'll ask him if he sees anything.
Okay.
If
Yeah,
he's an oxen, what is Garthus?
We didn't find out. Yeah, as you go over and inspect Tallow, he kind of nestles into you a little bit, and you can see the chestnut mare comes over as well to you as well, and he can't quite reach because of the length of rope, but still tries to push past Tallow. I think you see Taldro. Taldro, what do you think? Would you be walking around or sitting or?
I'm standing a little ways away by myself with my back to the camp.
Okay, yeah. So I think you just get this scene of like Taldro a little bit up on the hill, the night sky behind him, and he's just looking down across the plains about like 10, 20 feet away from the horses.
Okay. I probably would elect not to distract him if he's had quite a day, so I'll let him do his watch. He feels rather purposeful, I think, when he does a watch, so I'll let him do it, and I'll probably go, I think I'm gonna sleep halfway between the fire and the horses, just so I can, you know, be pretty aware of what's going on with them.
Okay. Yeah, it's you're pretty close to the cart as well. A couple feet away from the fire. You set up your bedroll. Ozug and Kek, you guys set up your bedroll as well.
Probably,
yeah. Taldro, we'll roll your perception check next week.
Can I do one last thing?
Okay. Oh. Okay.
I would like to take a little piece of twine or string or something, like a thread from my hood or something, and tie the little anchor around part of my hammer.
Hammer? Okay, like a fetish on the end of it, yeah?
Yeah, like on the end of it, if that works.
Yeah.
So it hangs down. And I would also like to take off my ring of guardianship and my holy symbol ring, which is the ring of Eldath, and I'll put them in my pocket, and I'll look at the anchor. The anchor is now my holy symbol magic casting device.
Okay. Yeah, I think we get this scene of like you affixing it. Maybe you sit down for a moment. We just get the scene of lonely Taldro while everyone else goes to bed. Slowly, maybe mournfully wrapping this fetish around your hammer, and that is where we end today's session. Thanks so much for playing, guys. Holy shit!
Thank you.
Tuesday's rolls.
It was so fun.
Yeah, right.
Brett's alive.
Good.
Bad.
Taldro sips in the chat.
So I mean, I'm alive. For a while. For a while.
For 1 month, you will
Man. Let's go ahead and play. This is still pretty.
The timer's already ticking.
Still pretty.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Still a topical song.
There's a doom counter above my head, and it's horrific.
Yep.
There is.
Yeah.
We'll see how that feels next week.
It's gonna be rough when we get to that.
Only you can see it whenever you look.
When we get to that month. When that month's up.
Thank you everybody so much for watching. Thank you everyone in the chat. I appreciate it. I know Twitch was a little weird tonight, so I hope everything worked out well on your end. Thank you everybody that watches this campaign over on YouTube. Don't forget to check out any of our other campaigns that we do. But thank you everyone that watches every Thursday. I appreciate you guys so much. I'm gonna real quick in the same order. I'm gonna make them go around, introduce your streams, do you guys shout outs. Zooty Booty, Big Zoot Energy here.
God damn it. I was about to say, for anybody that doesn't know, TwitchCon was last weekend, and somehow on the last day, would you kindly decided I would be a meme. It would be something.
Yeah, my team on Twitch took a picture of him. I don't even know what happened because I wasn't there. I just woke up at like
I don't even remember
the
how
next
I
day.
made the face.
I just want to hold on. Can I make this a? Brad, can you please just show this on stream? This is
just show this on stream.
You guys remember the son from Teletubbies? Well, this is him now. How old do you feel?
Hang on. Oh, hang on. I need to because
I'm gonna kill Dan. I think I'm just gonna actually have to kill Dan.
Oh man, what do you do? Where do you do it?
Twitch.tv/Zopbot, not Zootboot, not Zooty Booty, not Big Zoot Energy. It's
not Zobot.
Zopbot, not Zobot. Why is it that last year was a meme and this year's a meme? I can't escape. Either way, today I'm actually heading to BlizzCon, so I'm going to be driving down
now
soon. Yeah, but if anything, I'll be poking around there doing some WoW Classic and all that. I hate that thing so much.
That's the best I can do. Unfortunately, I posted the link in the chat.
You can't show it. All right.
I think it's screwed.
But gonna be doing that. We have Red Dead to play, and I think the Fallout 76 beta is good this weekend, which I playing again. But yeah, twitch.tv/Zopbot for all your WoW needs.
Man. WoW Classic, can't wait.
Right.
Oh man,
we're doing Alliance, right?
Yes.
We're doing Alliance that time. Okay.
Yes. I think. Well,
I'd rather do Alliance when it comes down to
Classic WoW, yeah. Alliance is better for Classic WoW, yeah.
If anything, Ironforge and Old Stormwind is just so good. Unless you're playing a rogue, then you can just be Horde and laugh at everybody.
Connor Kronos
for the Horde.
Oh, for fuck's
sake! I don't even play WoW, so that doesn't even.
Yeah, you know what?
To me,
you would like the Horde more, but Alliance has dwarves, so.
You say that, but I do not like MMOs that have to pay monthly for a game that I play for a week and never play again.
I do that all the time as well.
Good point. MMOs are like that.
Yeah. Connor Cronus on Twitch. Currently playing through Odyssey still, but I do have Red Dead 2. I've had it installed since day one. I've not yet played it. I keep hearing from everybody it's amazing. But yeah, I do voices. I talk. I'm actually getting into some GTA RP. And,
that's just perfect for you, man.
I play a couple of characters so far. Draven, who's an actor in Los Santos. Then have Dr. Isaac.
And I've had to learn a lot of medical terms now because I'm playing a fake doctor.
Wait, did you actually are you doing Dr. RP now? I've been gone like a weekend.
I am a doctor, and I've been assisting people with their ailments and making sure that surgery and everything is going well.
That's fucking amazing. I love GTA 5 RP. Like, I've seen Tiger do a bunch of it, and it is some of the most chaotic shit I've ever seen in my life.
Addicting. Yeah. It really is addicting
really fun
to get into it.
Guys,
For
go follow
Halloween,
Connor.
I did a shitlord character because of the zombie model.
Jesus.
I got pulled over by the police within 5 minutes of making that character and immediately got sent to the humane labs for testing.
Oh, man. Go follow Connor, guys. Go follow Zont. The other person we have to send to the humane labs for testing. It is Tuesday Gray.
That's a lie. I have too much
a terrible
don't
affliction
worry about it. Hi guys, you can follow me if you want. I won't be streaming until the new year, but I can be found at /Tuesday Gray on Twitch and Twitter. In the meantime, please follow here, get in the Discord, go to the Patreon, do all the cool things for Table Story because it rocks, and we have awesome DMs and campaigns, and it's super cool. And that's my cat meowing.
Was that yours? I thought it was mine.
That was mine.
I thought it was James.
And Mr. Bradley.
Hello there, it's me. It's a wee Bradwo, mine.
It's a wee Bradwo, mine.
It's a wee Bradwo there, mine. Yeah, you can follow me at...
That's been since the beginning of Table Story, right?
That's like the
It's a wee Connor Kronos. It's a wee Connor Kronos. Yeah. Me, don't follow me, forget it. Just stay around these parts. What are we doing? Identity Crisis tomorrow. Nothing on a Saturday. Stygian Gate's over. Sunday, Sparkly Turnip. Monday is a Judge Dredd campaign called Sector 49 featuring me as my other character, which is not... Well, he's dead. He's not dead, actually. He got exiled. And I have a new character called Irish. Guess what accent he's got? That's right. Moroccan.
Scottish. All right.
Yeah, Seamus O'Neill. they call me Irish. It's also got Jay in it as
Johnny Flash.
The
Yeah,
Johnny.
the man, the Flash, the Johnny that smashes and flashes and the brains, the muscle of brawn. You know, Johnny Flash. He's out here.
Me and Johnny almost died last week. My character came out like, "Hey, my new character," and we literally immediately almost died. It was horrendous.
Brad and I's characters are like the fucking we did like the Armstrong and what's his face from Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're like the two like buffest characters, and we both almost fucking died.
It was horrendous. It's such a good show. We keep joking that one should be called RagTags because it's chaotic. Like the RagTag group is actually pretty like.
We're actually pretty
decent.
Calm.
Yeah, we're pretty chill.
Yeah,
We're pretty chill.
Pretty chill compared to Sector 49.
Just wait till we get to level
49.
5 and it's going down.
Yeah.
I was about to say, we just need levels.
Wait till the Warlockian shit comes about.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Well, I mean, if someone had gone back into the cave and killed some violet fungi, you might be level 3, but who knows?
Yeah, well, we
Those
also would have had
want to go
whatever's
back.
in. What's
He
in
does
the
not-
box? What's in the box? The box that made us fucking going.
Numbers, Mason. What do they mean?
We're gonna go back there. We'll go back there when Taldro's dead. You should go back and kill the fucking fungus, and then that's
trust me.
That's the excuse.
Fungus, though.
All we
That's
just
the
need
excuse
is,
because I just want to know what's in the box.
We're gonna come back like level 10 or something like that. We're gonna walk in, literally just destroy
Destroy
Set it on
everything.
fire.
Purge the entire
Look at the
cave.
loot, you're gonna be like, fuck.
Level
I want
3
you to
loot.
know there is a very ironic piece of loot in here. I will not spoil
Oh,
much more than that.
Hmm.
I have not changed the loot table for this chest since I put it in 2 weeks ago when it was first here. So the
Great.
one day that you come back, you're gonna fucking hate me.
Probably.
Is that the hammer?
Will not say a single thing.
I will
Okay, we're going in
throw
right
it
now.
away. I will bury
No,
it.
that's
in
meta. You don't
Biggles'
know
no,
about that.
I will bury it in Biggles' beak
No.
box and end everything right there.
So yeah, Sector 49 is on a Monday, and if you want more
Yeah.
D&D, we run a show called Darkfire, and by we I mean me. That's my D&D show, Darkfire, and they're exploring a big city at the moment, and it is taking them forever because they're a good RP group as well, and they talk through every little thing. And all they did last week overall, right, was they went to an inn and got a room and went and bought 2 outfits from a merchant in 3 hours. That's all they did. All they did. It's going to be the longest campaign ever. Like, I joked that it's going to be like 140 parts. I think it might be.
Actually, it might be.
So that's all of the shows. If you want to keep an eye on the schedule, then please make sure that
Down
you
the
look
info section.
under the stream. If you're on YouTube, then go to the Twitch channel because that's where we keep the most up-to-date schedule stuff. Thanks for watching. This was a lot of RP for my character.
Yeah.
And I
It's a good
didn't
episode.
expect to do it. I really was not expecting to come back. Jay was kind of like we were saying in the break. Jay all week Jay has just been giving me information about my new character. So I was like, "There's no like he is totally not bringing my character back." So I'll just I was like
He
getting
shut you
myself
down.
I was getting myself like into character for the new one and shit. And he's like Taldro, and I was like, "Ah, what does he sound like? What does he speak like? Well, how would he react to this? I'm so not ready for this. I didn't warm my voice up, so now I'm gonna have a sore throat again tomorrow." It's a good session though. I love Taldro, and I'm really glad I get to play him for just a little longer.
Just a tiny bit more.
Thank you everyone so much for watching. Make sure to tune in next Thursday here on the Twitch channel at 4 p.m. Eastern. If you guys are on the YouTube, check on Friday. But Brad made a very good point. If you want to know our schedule, go to twitch.tv/tablestory. Scroll down. Daylight savings time is just hit for those in the UK. You guys have gone,
All the times are
whatever the fuck
wonky.
it is, back an hour, forward an hour. I don't care. Back an hour. You guys have gone back an hour. So scroll down, make sure to check out when those new shows are in your time zone, and then do it again in a week because daylight savings time fucking sucks. Thank you so much. Make sure to check out the Patreon. Please go support our other shows. Come in Theorycraft in the Discord if you want, and we'll be here next week, next Thursday, 4 p.m. Eastern.
What's in the box? Put your
Peace.
theories
What's
in
in
the
the box?
Discord.
Hashtag what's, I want to know. I actually want to know what the chat thinks is in the box. So go into our theory crafting section in Discord because I would really like to know what you guys think is the ironic.
What's in the
loot.
box?
It's gonna be another ring of disappointment. No, it's gonna be a ring of disappointment again. It's fine.
Remember,
Cool.
remember what you wrote,
Fine.
so that when we eventually come back and find out if you got it right, you'll win a prize. It'll be
Ring of
Probably
raised
clutch. No, it's drift. They're gonna find drift in a
it'll
fucking
be
box.
Drift stupid doll. Be that horrible Drift doll. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye. Bye.